Alrighty, buckle up, wrestling fans. We are live from Southmoreland High School for the 2021 Southmoreland Christmas Classic Finals. In about 25 minutes, 26 of the best will get after with a goal of climbing to the top of the podium this evening. That's right, it is a wrestling night on the Westmoreland Sports Network. Good afternoon, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and thank you for joining us for today's live action of the 22nd Annual Southmoreland Christmas Classic, all presented by Armstrong Cable, keeping you connected. Alongside my man George Carter, I am Smitty. Gee, let's jump right into the goodies with our pre-final show, presented by our good friends at Comrades Barbershop. Comrades Barbershop, 2 locations, Greensburg and Irwin. You need a haircut, a shave, go see our friends at Comrades. Gee, it's like another day of Christmas here. It's a busy week of wrestling across the entire Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. But first, we're going to get it started with these finals that are going to get kicked off here in just a little bit over 20 minutes. Your thoughts as we open up?
Yeah, as always, Chris, want to thank the viewers for tuning in, and also just want to kind of highlight how excited I am for these finals here at the Southmoreland Holiday Classic. For one, you got to remember last year this tournament, it still took place, but it was in a dual tournament format, right? So some of these matchups we may have not seen, right? Because in a dual meet, you could move guys around, and right, if you don't want your stud to wrestle another stud, you move them up a weight. So I'm really excited that the tournament is back. Because last year we were over in the ice ring, over at Hot Shots, yeah. Freezing. So looking forward to it, and also looking forward to some of these matchups in the finals. As I kind of I was looking through before we went on. There's let me just check real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4 of the final matchups. The number 1 seeded wrestler won't be wrestling in the finals because they were beaten in the semifinals. So I'm interested to see how this all plays out.
And I think that's a testament, to Coach Dan Boring and his crew to invite the teams that they do. I know they had it poised for about 33 teams. Unfortunately, a couple teams had to drop out last minute. But you're talking about 4 weight classes where the top dog got knocked out. And that just it's a testament to the depth of the tournament here at Southmoreland. Let's jump right into it really quick with the team race. There's been, it's been an exciting 2-day tournament. Things got started yesterday very early. You have Butler out on top with 172.5. We'll see 4 of those wrestlers in these championship finals. Plum in second with 166.5. So a little bit of a race, about 6 points separates. They'll have 3 championship wrestlers. Beth Center with 160, also 3 Bethel Park with 153. We'll see 3 of their studs in the finals. And Somerset with 126.5. We'll see 2 of their wrestlers. That rounds out the top 5. There were 29 teams, participating in this week's tournament. I almost said weekend, and here it is. It's Tuesday, but it does feel like a Saturday. I know that they had just called all of the finalists back to the cafeteria here in Alverton, Pennsylvania, a.k.a. Southmoreland High School.
I was going to say that.
Alverton. Everyone's like, where the heck is...
Don't you mean Southmoreland?
Yeah, it's Alverton. So don't forget, you can hit us up on our social media channels. My Twitter handle is at KSmitty184. I'll be checking that periodically. Again, that's at KSmitty184. And my man G, he is at GRC157. You can also hit us up on our Westmoreland Sports Network Twitter handle at Westmoreland SN. And without further ado, let's jump right into the final lineups presented by Major Stokes in Greensburg. Getting things kicked off at 106, it'll be Anna Milovich out of Butler. She will take on Rylan Campbell of Plum. Yes, that is a young lady, and she has not spent a lot of time on the mat here this afternoon. She is extremely tough. Moving to 113, we have Ramil Ilamov out of Baldwin. He'll take on Kelly Shakowitz out of Butler. Good one there, Ilamov Shakowitz. Top seed at 120, Darius Mcmillan out of Peters Township will take on Mason Kernan. The second seed out of Bethel Park, 126, will be Antonio Walker out of Plum. Your top seed has also made quick do of a lot of opponents en route to the finals, and receiving a forfeit into the finals out of Tussey Mountain is Trevor Husick. So you have Walker, Husick at a 26. 132, you have Colin Mccollum out of Beth Center will take on Vinny Citrano out of Plum. That's your 1-2 seeds there at 132. 138, we will have Chris Sabrone out of Peters Township will take on a Bryson Bench of Bethel Park. That is a 1-3. I am lying to you. That is Sobrone was the 5.
Yeah, 5-3 there.
Yep, 5-3. Levi Donnell out of Butler, the top seed at 145, will mix it up with Brandon Burrow. That is Chase Brandon Burrow out of Carlinton. Little 1-3 action there. 152, Tyler Barish, your top seed out of Beth Center, will take on Brock. That is Caden Brock out of Elizabeth Forward. 1-3 action there as well. Trevor Pettit out of Beth Center will take on second seed out of Somerset, Ethan Heminger at 172 pounds. A little bit of an upset here. Top seed Bryson Robinson, our man from Southmoreland, went down in the semis. He was down, I saw 1-0, and then I didn't get a chance to talk to him, but fell by fall to, that is Mickey Kreinbooker out of Butler. I apologize if I butchered that name, but I think that's pretty close. Mickey Kreinbooker. And the opponent there at 172 pounds out of Somerset, Rowan Holmes, 189 pounds. We will have Landon Hartman out of Bethel Park, your 4 seed, and taking on George, one of our alma mater's favorites. That is Christian Mcchesney, younger brother of Caleb, who came all the way from that second seed. So you have Hartman Mcchesney at 189, 215. Our man Anthony Govern, that's McLovin out of Southmoreland, your top seed. 3 falls en route to the finals. He'll take on another Golden Lion and Caleb Chismar. Look for a good one there. 1-2 at 215. And the big guys, another Golden Lion, big Billy Mcchesney. What a stud on his way to Columbia, where he's going to continue his wrestling career. Quite possibly one of the nicest young men you ever meet in Billy Mcchesney, but don't be fooled, because when the whistle blows, he's ready to get after it, and he will take on Sean Loring, the 3rd seed out of Albert Gallatin. So that is your final lineups presented by Major Stokes in Greensburg. Get a time check here. I know they're going to start the parade at 3:50.
3:45.
It is 3:45, so 3:50. They'll have the Parade of Champions, followed by the National Anthem, and first whistle, hopefully right around 4 o'clock. Again, we want to thank you for joining us for our pre-final show presented by our friends at Comrades Barbershop. Those lineups just announced, presented by Major Stokes in Greensburg. George and I are going to take a real quick water break. We'll be back in just a few as we continue our pre-final show presented by Comrades Barbershop right here on the Westmoreland Sports Network. Continuing coverage from Southmoreland High School as we get ready to wrap up our Comrades Barbershop pre-final show here for the 22nd annual Southmoreland Holiday or Christmas Classic. I like to use the word Christmas, but if you like to use holiday, so be it. Officials for today will be overseen by Mr. Tom Mans, so they better be on their best behavior because they are being graded. And joining him will be Steve Snyder, John Walton, Teddy Gonder, Tim Lloyd, Chris Pegg, Mark Poche, Eric Johnson, and Greg James. Also want to give a shout out to our producer today, Mrs. Kelly Flickinger, and high up above here in the gymnasium, kind of switching roles, if you will. Yeah, Sean, I'm pointing at you. Usually I'm running camera for a lot of Sean's calls, but today I have the pleasure of doing the call, and Sean is our cameraman. His first time on camera today, so we want to welcome him to behind the camera. And we're going to turn it over to our public address announcer, head coach and athletic director here at Southmoreland, Dan Boring, as they'll introduce the 2021 Southmoreland Christmas Classic Parade of Champions. Stay with us.
Powerade Junior Place winner and state qualifier, Rylan Campbell. At 113 pounds, from Baldwin High School, career record 7-1, Ramil Islamov, two-time state qualifier. His opponent from Butler High School, with a career record of 19-7, 7-1 of the year, Kelly Skockovich. At 120 pounds, a freshman from Peters Township, career record 11-1, Darius Mcmillan. His opponent from Bethel Park, 10th grader, with a career record of 28-4, current record 14-0, Mason Kernan. At 126 pounds, from Plum, 10th grader, career record 29-6, current record 7-2, Nino Walker. His opponent from Tussie Mountain, a senior, career record 59-21, 4-0 all the year, third place finish with the All-Day Classic 2 years ago, Trevor Houston. At 132, from Best Center, career record hit this week and 100 wins and 41 losses, 14-0 of the year, Colin Mccollum. His opponent from Plum High School, career record 82-16, senior season record of 8-0, Vincent Citrano. At 138 pounds, the 10th grader from Peters Township, career record 25-6, current record 9-3, Chris Sabroni. His opponent from Bethel Park, a senior, current record 14-4, Bryson Bench. At 145 pounds, a junior from Butler High School, career record 56-8, current record 9-0, Levi Donald. His opponent, a junior from Carlinton, career record 63-16, current record 10-1, Chase Brandon Burdock. At 152 pounds, a junior from Best Center. He's a 2021 NHSCA All-American, career record 17-18, current record 13-1, Tyler Barish. His opponent from Elizabeth Floyd High School, a junior, career record of 26-17, current record of 8-3, Kaden Brock. At 160 pounds, a senior from Best Center, career record 99-40, current record 13-2, Trevor Pettit. His opponent, a senior from Somerset High School, career record of 56-33, 9-2 on this season, Ethan Heminger. At 172 pounds, a junior from Butler High School. Record of the season is 10-2. Michael Kreinbacher. His opponent, a freshman from Somerset High School. 11-3 career record, 8-2 currently. 5th place finish at Keystone States last year, Rowan Holmes. At 189 pounds, a sophomore from Bethel Park, career record of 12-3. Fargo National Qualifier, 6th in freestyle states, Landon Hartman. His opponent from Greensburg, Salem, a junior with a 34-34 record, 10-0 this season, Christian Mcchesney. At 215 pounds, from Southmoreland High School, a senior, career record of 79-35, 13-1 on the year, two-time Westmoreland County top 4 placer, Anthony Montgomery. His opponent from Greensburg, Salem, also a senior, career record of 66-34, 9-1 on this season, Caleb Chismar.
All right, Jay.
At 285 to finish off the day, a senior from Greensburg, Salem, 94-24 career record, 10-0 on the season, Billy Mcchesney. His opponent, also a senior from Albert Gallatin High School, 53-32 career record, 8-2 this year, Sean Morey. Good luck to all the rest of your competition tonight. Would you please stand for the playing of our national anthem?
Well, gee, I don't know about you, but if that didn't give you chills, nothing in this world will, man. Want to thank everybody out there for joining us for our Comrades Barbershop Pre-Finals show. And without further ado, we welcome you into the 22nd Annual Southmoreland Christmas Classic Finals, all presented by Armstrong Cable. Armstrong Cable, keeping you connected. And we're going to get going here at 106 pounds. And yes, that is a young lady out there for the Butler Tornadoes. That is Anna Milovich, who has gotten here by way of 3 pinfalls. She will take on Rylan Campbell of Plum. Campbell in the purple and gold. Anna will be rocking the navy blue and gold. Want to thank again our producer today, Mrs. Kelly Flickinger, our camera operator, Sean Myers, alongside George Carter. I call him G. I am Smitty. And I don't even think they're going to wear ankle bands. Oh, yeah, they are.
They are.
Kelly's going to go ahead and
just
Go ahead, G.
For our viewers tuning in tonight, I want to point out that you are going to see some AAA versus AA matchups. Some of the schools competing here at the holiday tournament are for AAA schools, and some are AA schools. This, in particular, is a AAA matchup between Butler and Plum.
Good note there, G. For our novice viewers out there, wrestling is made up of 3 periods, each 2 minutes in length. The match always begins in the neutral position or both wrestlers on their feet. The objective is to get a takedown, which will be worth 2 points. Again, Anna Milovic rocking the green ankle band. Campbell in the red ankle band. I'll continue to explain wrestling as we progress through this afternoon's final matches. Campbell with double underhooks has him locked on the back. You can see Anna doing her best to pinch her elbows together. She needs to try to turn her butt back inbounds so she doesn't get called for stalling. Nice job as she tried to circle in, went right to that front head, G. I'm impressed.
That was a position I saw Anna going over with her coaching staff, that double underhook and kind of circling out of it. And she did exactly what they reviewed before the match started.
And for those of you that think it's odd for women to be wrestling, it is not. It is one of the fastest growing sports in the United States. And now I believe 31 high schools in the state of Pennsylvania with sanctioned women's wrestling. As Campbell will strike first on that double. You saw Anna try to roll through with a chest lock, but nice job by Campbell to kind of base out. Campbell a little bit of the taller variety, so was able to kind of airplane out and stop Anna from being able to roll him all the way through. Going to have a 2-point takedown for red and then a 1-point technical violation as Campbell did not get his hands unlocked, so that was control from the neutral position. That is a 2-point takedown for our novice viewers out there. Getting to a quick short sit is Milovic, right back to her base, working heavy chops off the left side is Campbell. Nice job by Anna to maintain a nice strong base, keeping her knees underneath her. She needs to try to push back the level to you. Coming with that half off the right side is Campbell. Again, he's long and lanky, so look for him to take advantage of his leverage, maybe some thigh prying on the thigh with a half. He's got that right wrist wrapped up, perhaps looking for a seatbelt roll through tilt on Milovic here. 1 minute, under 5 seconds to go here in the opening period. Again, 3 periods, 2 minutes in length.
And here, we have a matchup of PIAA, AAA top 25 wrestlers with Campbell coming in at 21st and Milanovic coming in at the 25th ranked wrestler in the state at 106. Campbell also ranked 8th in the WPIAL. So this is, a pretty tough matchup here, and one that we could see this later on down the road.
For sure. False start there on Campbell. Shout out to our head official, that is Eric Johnson. Side official, Mr. Steve Snyder. Both have been around the game forever. Heavy chop on the left side by Milovic. Again, Milovic has gotten to these finals from the top seed spot, 3 pinfalls. And I heard she is an absolute bear on top as she drops down to that high crotch position. Nice knee slide in. You can see she's fighting off that crossface by Campbell here at the edge. Needs to continue to knee slide. No points awarded just yet. You can see Johnson, he's holding out that right arm with the green band. That's showing control for green as it looks like they're going to run out of real estate, so no change. Campbell remains down, 1:27, second frame.
And I was going to say that, Chris, like you said, Anna made her way to the finals by all pinfall, so you had to assume she's tough on top.
She is. I heard she's really good on top with roll-through tilts. Heavy on that left side ankle ride. She's going to jump up. Heavy chop, sag ride on the left. Switches over. Now so there she is. She's got the cross wrist. Looking for that tilt. You can guarantee Campbell and his coaches went over that before these finals. She's going to drop back down to that high crotch. Staying up on her feet. I love it. Not going down to the knee. She's going to try to stay locked up. Nice job by Campbell to separate those hips, and that is a 1-point escape from that downer defensive position. So he went from the bottom and was able to break free, get back to neutral. That is a 1-point escape, building that lead now for Campbell, 3-1, as Milovic runs him out of bounds with that underhook. They'll toe the line with 48 and counting. Don't forget, hit me up on Twitter at KSmitty184, George at GRC157, or at Westmoreland SN. Anna working that 2-on-1 off the left side. Now Campbell going to return the favor from the right side. Heavy snap down there by Campbell. Both wrestlers doing a good job staying in the middle. Half shot there by Campbell. Head blocked by Milovic. Milovic with a shot. Head inside single. Nice job by Campbell to stretch out. Look at the arch position. The hips are down. That chest is high. Working high up on that elbow. Going to try to spin all the way around. Milovic gets that head, pops out. Changing off to the double. Look across. Look for the lights. Time is going to expire. Great shot there by Milovic. Gia trying to tie it up.
It was a great shot there, but Campbell did a great job at stopping that motion forward, right, and kind of just stalling the hips of Anna there underneath. But now she's got to dig herself out of a, it's 3-1 here with 2 minutes to go, and she saw that she could get into the legs on Campbell on her feet, so that had to build her confidence in the neutral position.
Nice little hip change there right off the whistle by Milovic. Kind of switches Campbell from that right side to the left side. Now he's got a wing on that right side with a half and running it. Campbell looking for a near fall. Here it is. There it is, a mat slapper. The Plum Mustangs got a champ at 106 pounds. That's Rylan Campbell, 17 seconds into the third period. Ran at half and chicken wing. There's your 106-pound champion. We'll return with 113 pounds right here on the Westmoreland Sports Network.
Wrestlers, after your finals match, please come to that table for your medal and your shirt.
As promised, 113 pounds coming up. Your head official, Steve Snyder. Side judge is Tim Lloyd. Out there right now is Ramil Ilamoff out of Baldwin. Will wear the purple and white singlet with the red ankle band, and that is Kelly Shakowit out of Butler. So 2 Butler Tornadoes showing why they're leading the team race.
Again, another AAA matchup here with Ilamoff out of Baldwin beating the number 1 seed in the semifinals of Sam Snyder out of Plum. And again, number 5 seed versus number 2 seed here in this final match.
Shakowit looking to force the issue with that underhook on the left side. Double snap down there by Ilamoff. Again, as George said, upset the top seed in Snyder 9-4. Doesn't sound like it was too much of a battle. But you never know. 9-4 can be a lot closer than you think. Maybe Snyder went for a 5 at the end. Got caught on his back.
WPIAL matchups here that we could see later on in the season with Ilamoff ranked 7th in the Whippeal and the Butler wrestler ranked 8th.
Shakowit in a snap down, bouncing, looking for that go behind. Love defensive scoring, especially at the edge of the mat. 53 seconds, first period. He's got the chin and arm. That left elbow's a little bit too deep. Ilamoff has a good handle on it, so this may end up in a stalemate. You can see Kelly trying to cut the corner around that right side. Needs to watch out for the dump against the much longer and lankier Ramil Ilamoff. Again, long and lanky is annoying. Lots and lots of leverage, but nice job by Kelly Shakowitz. Trying to use his knee as almost a hand. We're going to have stalling on red here at the edge. Mr. Steve Snyder wants early action. I love it. George, your thought on that stall call?
I mean, maybe he called it because he was holding on and backing a little bit out of bounds there, but you got to let the action kind of play out here. But, hey, if the ref wants to see action, he's going to bang you for stalling.
For sure. 10 seconds, first period. Nice shot fakes there by Ilamoff. Even nicer defense. Looking for that snap down, go behind position. He's got underhook with head position on the left side, but ran out of time, so they'll throw up another dot. That means the second period, a fresh 2 minutes. It's red's choice here, so they'll flip. You can go neutral, down, bottom, or you can defer your choice to the third period. As you can see, Ilamoff wants to score, and we'll explain why later. If we go into overtime, the first points scored are crucial when you do come to overtime. Coming to his feet is Ilamoff. Shakowitz going to go right down to that high crotch position. Boy, I would say from the top position, as soon as those wrestlers get to their feet, George, looks like the Tornadoes like to drop to that high crotch. Anna Milovic, we saw it earlier at 106 pounds. Unfortunately, not having as much success with it as Kelly Shakowitz, as Ilamoff is just about ready. If he can break that lock, he's trying to hook that back leg, but you can see Kelly doing a nice job hiding that left ankle. Nice job by Ilamov, arching inside out on that far right ankle. He needs to break that clasp and go from the bottom to the top position. That would indeed be a 2-point reversal. Minute 20 counting down here in the second period. Still control for Kelly Shaka with the Butler Tornado on the bottom. Nothing has changed, holding on to that leg. And I was anticipating a stalemate call, and there it is. So no change, 0-0, 69 seconds to go, second period.
Yeah, and the action in that position, it kind of went a little bit longer than I thought it was. I thought that stalemate was going to come a lot quicker, and you definitely could tell that Shakowicz was wrestling for that stalemate because wasn't trying to improve that position there.
Kelly went from a great breakdown, was sagging heavy on that left side. Nice job by Ilamov to get to his feet, and it looked like Shakowicz went to go for a standing cradle, and Ilamov made him pay for it bottom to top. That is a 2-point reversal for the wrestler with the red ankle band rocking the purple and white singlet, throwing that long boot in on the left side, under 40 counting down. Again, a long, lanky wrestler likes to throw those boots. Long boot off the left side. Maybe trying to work a cross-body ride. No, he's looking for a ball and chain up through the gazoots. Now he's going to go with that cross-body ride. He's going to wrap it around the back of his head. Steve Snyder's going to get in there close and keep an eye on this shoulder. You can see he's right in there, keeping an eye on his shoulder. Nice job by Shakowicz. I mean, what great flexibility. My shoulder would be laying on the middle of the mat. Mr. Snyder, so what that means, one hand behind the head, that is potentially dangerous. No points, no warnings, no fouls, no cautions. Just wanted to stop the action so nobody got injured.
Which that's a position that, for that you don't want to rush because of that reason.
Sure.
It's going to get stopped as potentially dangerous because there's a lot of pressure being put on that wrestler's shoulder.
Right to the thigh pry and the claw ride there for Ilamov, who will take that 2-0 lead. Now you need to really think about this, George. Shakowicz is going to go down, but we've seen how tough it has been for Shak to try to get out of the bottom from this much lankier wrestler on top.
It is, but then, too, you got to take into consideration, I mean, he really didn't get too close to getting a takedown on his feet.
No, he didn't. See Ilamov working that wing off the left side. Not much of a first move for Shak off the bottom. He's got that wing. Now he comes across with the claw. Let's see if he sucks him back into a crab ride. Nice job here so far by Shak to maintain base. Kind of widen those knees out, drop the outriggers, if you will. Running that wing. Did he change off to a half? Down there looking for near fall criteria. In order to fall into near fall criteria, you must break a 45-degree angle with the wrestler's back. He's got that wing and a half. Shakowicz doing a nice job on the left side, crawling those fingers up the mat. Up now he's going to chin him and run it back around. He lost the chicken wing on the left side. Did Ilamov. About 65 seconds remaining, third period, 2-0.
Yeah, Shakowicz, he missed a great opportunity there when Ilamov kind of fell off the hips. I mean, that was his moment to explode up, but he kind of took his time just getting back to his base and letting Ilamov get back into position on top here.
Baldwin just about 45 seconds from crowning a champ here at 113 pounds. This is match number 2 of 13. I want to thank you for staying with us on the Southmoreland Christmas Classic Finals, all presented by Armstrong Cable, working that high boot on the left side. Nice job by Ilamov keeping the opponent inbounds. You can score with your wrestler out of bounds, specifically near fall, which is exactly what Ilamov is looking for. He's trying to Superman across and turn Shakowitz's hips, 17 and counting down. And man, if you're Ilamov, you're content just sitting right there. How about it, G?
He took a little peek over at the clock, and kind of he understood where he was at on the mat.
12 seconds remain. 2-0. Baldwin's Ramil Ilamov. Quick stand up. I love the explosion there by Shakowicz. Maybe went for a standing switch, but not fooled was Ilamov. Ilamov takes a peek back, and that'll do it. Baldwin has a champion at 113 pounds, Ramil Ilamov. When we return, we will have 120 pounds right here on the Westmoreland Sports Network. Stay with us. Ready? Here we go, 120 pounds. Mr. Walton, we are ready, we are ready, we are ready. Let's go. That is Tim Lloyd, your head official. John Walton will be his side judge. A couple of veteran officials out there. Mr. Tim Lloyd is the rules interpreter for Westmoreland County. We've had him on the Westmoreland On the Mat podcast in the past. I like he's rocking the scruff. You see that out there. Mr. Lloyd must have lost his razor. Out there right now, you have Darius Mcmillan out of Peters Township, who has found his way to the finals by pin decision and a pin. He will take on Mason Kernan of Bethel Park. Kernan in on the single and rocking the black singlet with the green ankle band. Nice job. He's right there at the crook of the knee, trying to keep some height. Needs to pull Mcmillan back into the middle, give himself a little bit of real estate to work, but look at the athleticism and the balance
of the freshman.
Yeah, how about it, Mcmillan? I know you got some notes to talk about, G. Go ahead.
Yeah, Darius Mcmillan, a freshman out of Peters Township, currently 9-1 on the year, ranked 7th in the WPIAL, taking on wrestling Mason Kernan. It's kind of got stuck in underneath on that shot out of Bethel Park. Currently undefeated on the year, 14-0. He's ranked 4th in the WPIAL and 15th in the state. And again, this is another AAA matchup we're watching here.
Get to see this probably parts 2, 3, and 4 later on as the season progresses. There's a shot here by Mcmillan, kind of got his head caught in the middle. Kernan locked in the crotch, really pinching those knees together, perhaps looking. Now there comes Mcmillan trying to peek out the back door. Kernan staying locked really tight in the crotch, trying to dump him off of the left side. Now going to try to cold roll him all the way through is Kernan. But look at the athleticism of Mcmillan. Now Kernan in on a single, trying to cut the corner. Right hand up above the knee. Nice job. Going to bring it right up off of the mat. I love it. Great technique here by the Bethel Parks. That's Kernan looking for that far foot sweep. Unable to get it. Let's see if he maybe brings that in between his legs and looks for a pull-through finish here, George. But Mcmillan, great display of athleticism and balance. Thought maybe he had a chance there, but now Mcmillan in a little bit of an advantage as he's sprawled all the way out. Short time, first period. We'll go to the second, scoreless at 120. Good action early on, G.
It's great action early on, and Kernan getting into the same position on 2 different occasions and unable to finish once he gets Mcmillan's foot up off the mat. So, Kernan having that kind of long, lankier frame. I'm interested to see how he is on top here.
Mcmillan going to choose the down or defensive position. Kernan covers. Going to be a false start. I'm going to have to go red. Yep, that's Mr. Mcmillan. I want to say hello to my parents, Mom and Dad. Thank you so much for tuning in. Also, we got checked in from Squeaky. Ryan Shaw, former Southmoreland head coach, tuned in all the way from a much sunnier and warmer South Carolina, I am assuming. Squeaky's probably out on the 18th hole right now. Thanks for jumping on with us. Kernan going with that thigh pry off the left side, looking for a claw coming underneath from the right. Now he's got some wrists tangled up underneath. Let's see if he goes to work with some tilt action. Mcmillan trying to clear some hands underneath. Needs to get back to his base as he does right there. And then looking for that roll through tilt is Kernan, but rolling all the way through was Mcmillan, but right back in on it. Not out of danger yet. Kernan still has it wrapped up. Nice job by Mcmillan to free those hands. Needs to get them parallel. You bring them in perpendicular to your body, G. They're going to grab your wrist.
Yeah, Mcmillan, he's hand fighting hard underneath there, but like you said, he keeps bringing his wrist back into his body, letting Kernan get control of the wrist here. Fight that top hand as you're coming up to your feet.
Now go to the hands. Heavy sag right off the right side by Kernan. Looking to rip that claw off was Mcmillan. Kernan going to throw the long boot in on the right side. He's off the ground. They will call that potentially dangerous. So what happened there is the top wrestler in Kernan had no feet on the ground. He had no points touching. In college, they do let that go. In high school, they will stop that as potentially dangerous. 51 seconds to go, still scoreless. Mcmillan down, Kernan on top. Not much of a first move from Mcmillan on top, just kind of bases out. I'd like to see a little bit more explosion from the freshman, especially with Kernan, who's proven to be pretty tough and leechy on top, George.
Yeah, go old school stand-up when you throw those hands up in the air and come up to your feet here, especially with a guy like this. It's really clingy on top, good wrist control. He's got to watch himself here.
Mcmillan, yeah, did he get kind of lucky there, did Kernan. He's got himself a compliment of 5 near fall. Looking for the fall is Kernan. Pushing that head away. Mr. Lloyd down there looking for it. Are we going to get one? Kernan's too parallel. He's got to get himself perpendicular. 12 seconds counting down. Both scapulas or shoulder blades need to be down on the mat for 2 seconds. Can see Kernan trying to get a peek at it. What has to happen? Nice job by the freshman Mcmillan to survive that. I'll tell you what, that was kind of an ugly display of events as Kernan got parallel when he rolled through with the tilt. It looked like Mcmillan was going to end up coming out on top, but somehow Kernan didn't panic. And I think that's the experience. Came up on top and was able to get a full 5 count. So with near fall, if you get a 5 count, that is 3 near fall. If you get a 2, 3, or 4 count, that is 2 near fall. We have some blood. It looks like Kernan's got a little bit of a gushy nose.
I thought it was he has some blood there on his arm. I thought maybe it was his arm, but I guess they're looking for blood in his nose.
They're cleaning him up, so they have him on blood time right now. Major thanks to our Excella Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine team out there. So they're cut the blood time. They've got the bleeding to stop, and they will take as long as they have to for cleanup. Got to keep these young competitors safe. So 3-0 after Kernan able to secure 3 near fall. Got to love end of the period scoring, George. We're really big. We love it. Edge of the mat, end of the period scoring. You take that momentum to the third. He's going to take the downer defensive position. No time to lay around. Still 3-0. 2 minutes of wrestling to go, and Lord knows we've seen crazier things happen. So Kernan down. Note in, is that from Mr. Flickinger? So Mcmillan's brother, Darius, his brother Donovan, was a great football player at Peters Township. He's in his freshman year at Florida. All right, so if you are tuned in from Florida, well, I'm sure maybe he's home for Christmas break. And
he might be here.
Yeah, he might be here, but if you're not, how you doing, Donovan? Thanks for jumping on with us. Third period, counting down, 1:45. Here comes Kernan up to his feet, riding that high. That ankle ride with an inside trip is Mcmillan, down 3-0. So, Mcmillan's got to get to work on top here, G, and I think eventually you got to cut him. You can't turn him.
And that's the thing. You have to kind of gauge, where's your wrestler as far as his ability to get this turn. And it seems like the Peters Township coaching staff believe that they could get this turn and pick up the 3 back points to tie. But then you gotta go for the ride out then.
For sure.
Because as the clock ticks away, you're burning time that you could have going on your feet, picking up a couple takedowns.
Not much action there from Kernan on the bottom. He just kind of clammed up. He brought those elbows in tight, and that was to try to seal off those edges from Mcmillan. Mcmillan is really abusing the 5-second roll on this back ankle. I was going to say that.
He's been on it for a while, and I don't know if maybe they're missing it because he's on the laces or not, but,
Thinking pinning combination, but I certainly don't see one. A couple of veteran officials out there. Man, he's been on that ankle now for a good 25 seconds. Kernan trying to come to his
35.
Gee, you're always here to correct me, but, hey, Kernan's content. He's holding a 3-0 lead. He's quick cut.
Yeah, at this
here.
Get point,
one.
They're probably going to tell him to go neutral. No, they keep telling him to break it. Try to go for the double pry inside the thigh pry.
Yeah, who knows? I don't know the strategy, but nonetheless, Kernan, Bethel Park, looking for a champ here at 120 pounds. This is your 1-2 seed. The 1 seed down 3-0. Here comes Kernan up to his feet, trying to post that right hand into the hip pocket. Kernan doing a nice job up on his feet. Now there are 2 false starts on Mcmillan. The next one would be a point, and there is his first stall call, and he's going to be working on a second one here. If he doesn't mat return Kernan, there's the attempt right there. Double. Maybe he was looking from feet to back. There was Mcmillan. 20 seconds counting down, still down 3-0. Kernan takes a peek over and is completely content. Maybe going to shin shock that left leg out, but no, he's just going to kind of hang out here. Under 10 to go. Bethel Park looking for a champ at $120. Mcmillan getting his hips down. Kernan trying to cartwheel all the way across. The 2 will go out of bounds as time expires. And there you go. Mason Kernan, a champ at 120 for Bethel Park when we return. And as promised, as always, 126 pounds right here on the Westmoreland Sports Network. back here on the Westmoreland Sports Network for the 22nd Annual Southmoreland Christmas Classic Finals, all presented by Armstrong Cable. 126 pounds, top seed Antonio Walker out of Plum. Your second seed out of Tussey Mountain, Trevor Husick. Husick in the, what color is that? I don't, good golly. Burgundy? Kelly tells me burgundy, maybe kind of flows into black. How about we go with the easier one? Walker's in the purple and gold. Much easier. So this is a 1-2 matchup. Walker got here by a couple of falls and a decision. Husick got here by a couple of falls and a forfeit over Bruce.
This is going to be our first AAA, AA matchup. Walker out of Plum. 7-2 on the season. He's ranked 6th in WPIL, taking on AA wrestler out of Tussey Mountain, Husick, which is a one-time state qualifier, and he's currently ranked 3rd in the WPIAL, and that's AA.
I want to say hello to Wrestling Jesus. A tweet from him, my sons, K. Smitty and GRC, make you feel like you're sitting mat side top notch. Hashtag Jesus is watching Jesus. We know we love you. You are in every gymnasium always. Thank you so much for the kind words. Also got to say hello to our good friend Austin Douglas. Biggest fan of the Westmoreland Sports Network. Austin, I know you're tuned in. You get to see some of those golden lions later on, baby. 3 of them to be exact. Under a minute to go. We're still scoreless here between Walker and Husick. Mr. Walton, your head official. Side judge is Mr. Chris Pegg, superintendent at Albert Gallatin. Mr. Walton, former prison warden at Westmoreland County Prison, retired, about 18 months ago, and is just doing what he loves, and that's being on a mat. Walker in on a single leg. Nice job here by Husick, running that wizard off the left side of Walker, trying to cut to the corner. No, he's got bundles wrapped up underneath there, Gene. He's trying to hip in.
Yeah, hip in hard and throw your leg over the back. You should be okay there.
Couple of big 126-pounders. Now Walker gets that head pulled out. Now he's going to try to bundle from the other side. He's got that inside ankle pulled up underneath Walker, looking for a 2-point takedown. Very close to it. At some point, Walker's got to get wise and just let that leg go, G.
Yeah, he's going to have to bail out here now that he has that bottom leg hooked.
Too little, too late. I mean, looking for near fall now is Husick. There it is. Nice job by Walker to roll all the way through. We have a whistle. No idea why. Maybe blood.
Time.
Oh, I'm sorry. End of the period. Kelly, thank you so much. So able to get the 2-point takedown, but no near fall. Nice job by Walker to get off of that back really quick. And it looks like we do have a little bit of blood. Our Excella Health Sports Medicine team going to hurry out, get the plug ready for Mr. Walker, 2-0. So I love it. End of the period scoring, G.
It was, and almost able to go up 4-0 because he, was very close to getting that back exposure. Just ran out of time there.
Also say hello to Donnie Hall, Marky Vuano, Marky Kasanowitz, all jumped on with us. Hello, guys. Got to do a podcast with those guys last night. Boy, did we have fun. Did a little pre-Powerade tournament. The 54th annual Powerade tournament gets kicked off tomorrow. They'll begin at 9 a.m. and we will be covering live. We will have audio coverage of the semifinals and finals on Thursday. Jump on with G and I. By far the most loaded field ever in those 54 years of Powerade championships. So be sure to join us and jump on Twitter. You can catch Near Falls with D Hall. Catch our podcast. Walker's going to defer. Choice to Husick. Husick, why not? Go back up on your feet. That's where you got your points already. Second period, 2-0. The AA Tussey Mountain. That's Husick.
You got to wonder if, the Tussey Mountain coaching staff know a little bit about Walker, and, he must be pretty tough on top, or maybe you're just not that confident in your mat wrestling to this point. But when a wrestler picks neutral when it's his choice, that's sort of the telltale sign on one of those two things are the case.
Walker looking for that underhook off the left side, has head position. Needs to maybe suck Husick back in. You can see maybe looking for that cross knee pick. Oh, I thought somebody was going to get fly time. There at the edge, both wrestlers go out of bounds. Might have another cleanup here. Husick pleading his case for blood. Nope, Mr. Walton's going to take, looks like maybe just some cleanup time. Call out the trainers, they'll wipe them clean.
in some situations, especially when you're in the lead and you kind of have the momentum, that's when you wipe it on your singlet and get back on the line.
Exactly. Keep the momentum. Gee, I couldn't agree with you anymore.
And two, now you gave your opponent, you gave Walker some time to get a little bit more coaching from the coaching staff over there, and also catch a break and get some wind.
Got a nice little drink of water. Walker looking to work at underhook off the right side. Got that headlock, but Husick going to roll him all the way through. You kind of tell Walker was looking for it. He wanted that underhook, got it locked up.
I'll say after that break of action, Walker came back with a little bit more energy.
Had a plan. Yep, I agree. Energy and a plan. Now just wipe. Oh, wow, you can't wipe that off. That is a leaky faucet right there. 126 pounds, your top seed, Antonio Walker of Plum, down 2-0. Compliments of that very late first period takedown. Trevor Husick out of Tussey Mountain. Take a look at the team race, see what has changed, if anything.
And looking at that prior to the finals starting, Chris, I don't think much is going to change.
Nothing to change? Nope. Okay, you think Butler's got it wrapped up? Well, no, we got a tie. Butler and Plum are locked at 172.5, so this is a big one here for Walker.
I spoke too soon.
Yes, you did indeed. Now I get to correct you. That's the first time in 10 years.
Yeah, that's, I'll give that one to you.
All righty. Minute to go, second period, 2-0. Tussey Mountain in the lead here. Guys doing a nice job staying heavy on the head. Walker I think he's trying to sucker Husick in. Hey, stick your head up here one more time because I am going to get you. Looking for those double underhooks now. Very smart. Husick drops in on that head inside single, edge of the mat. Needs to pull him back in. Give himself a little bit of real estate, Mr. Side Judge. Jump out of my way so I can see. I guess I can't watch it on the screen. Thanks, Kelly. Nice job by Walker to get that foot back down on the mat. So great scramble there. Excellent shot by Husick, but even nicer defense getting that foot back down on the ground by Antonio Walker. Under 30 to go. Still 2-0 in favor of Husick in the burgundy.
And
working that underhook. He's got the headlock locked up. Gee, didn't mean to cut you off. Going for that snap down. And then very smart Husick looking for that shot. But don't take a half shot. Don't shoot just to shoot. Shoot to score.
You do get that feel that Walker is looking for that headlock or trying to set something up top. But, you got to go back to the first period when he was in on a nice single leg shot. Just unable to finish there. And that's how Husick was able to score his takedown. But
Walker looking for that underhook again on the left side. Time will expire, so we've got a good one here at $126. 2-0 as we head to the third period. Walker down 2-0. Going to take the defensive position. Again, his goal was to get a 1-point escape. That's where he goes from the bottom to a neutral position or reverse Mr. Husick, and that's when he goes from bottom to top. Heavy sag right off the right side, changing off to that claw underneath. Going to go to a tight waist, back down to the wrist here for Husick. Nice job by Walker, staying on his base. Never want to get onto your belly. That's where life becomes very, very miserable. Nice job by Husick, changes off to that ankle. Now, nice job changing from breakdown to breakdown. Now he's going to come up here, thigh pry half. Walker peels off that half. Very wise man, peel off the top high hand. Gets himself a 1-point escape, and we've got ourselves a match, ladies and gentlemen. 92 seconds to go. Who wants it? Shot there by Husick. I don't know if I liked it. He shot from a different zip code with his head down, but Walker not making him pay for it defensively there, George. I think you got to go snap down, go behind.
I was going to say I saw that shot coming away, but I didn't think Walker was ready for it.
No stall calls to mention just yet, but looking for that headlock is Walker. He's got it locked up. Lost the arm, trying to roll all the way through is Husick. I think Husick might be all right as he's trying to come out the back door. Mr. Walton didn't like the way that Husick's neck looked, and boy, it was twisted around like an owl. Going to have blood on somebody. Lots of blood time. Got a plug laying out there.
I get and I like the action by Walker, and if the headlock is there, take it. But you're down.
Yeah.
You're down one.
You got to go to your go-to.
All you need is a takedown. Yeah. Now, if your headlock is your go-to, then
that's so what you got to go with, right? Yeah, butter that bread. But I'd like to see leg attacks. And for you young viewers out there, young wrestlers, you've got to have a good leg attack in your arsenal. Don't rely on those big 5-point moves. There are some out there, very few that live with it. But you got to have a good leg attack, G.
And he's gotten to Husick's legs earlier in the first period.
He did.
I like him see him go back to that.
Minute 9 to go, 2-1. Getting heavy on that head is Walker. He's looking for it again. He's got it locked up. Again, no stall calls to mention. Husick needs to circle his tail back in bounds here. Mr. Walton's another impatient. He'll call you for stalling quick.
I mean, unless he's looking to just kind of shuck that by.
Shot by Husick, and looking for a cross knee pick is Walker, but they do go out of bounds. Walker pleading his case. That's it. Get back in the middle. Oh, going for the big toss, but he's going to be out of bounds.
And he stepped out and gave the takedown away.
Yep, he tried to bring both
just had
toes.
to leave it in.
Nice toss there by Husick. No points awarded.
Well, Husick's got to be careful because he's backing straight up off the whistle.
He is. See if he goes with another toss. He lost touch of Walker right there, and that's if there's more rule officials chimed in. Let's go college rules on the mat on the out-of-bounds rule too, please.
This is the point where Walker, you go upstairs and then go right underneath quick.
Drop down to that leg attack.
Backing out again. I'm surprised he hasn't got called yet.
There it is right there. I like it. Walker went with that cross knee pick out of the underhook from the left side. Stall call on Husick. Next one will tie it up. Maybe a little bit of cleanup coming on. Yeah, the trainers hustle out.
Dropped the nose plug came out.
Chris Pegg caught it and stopped Mr. Walton, so they're going to clean up. It looks like they're doing a little bit of cleanup here in front of us on Husick. So 2-1, 23 seconds to go. A stall call to Husick.
It's like throwing in another nose plug there and getting them right back out there.
You just got to stay down. Your best defense is your stance, your position, and the best defense is a good offensive shot. Get in there on a shot finish.
He cannot back straight out. He has 23 seconds to go.
There it is. Went right to the head. I love it. Nice job by Walker. Not giving up that leg. Staying square out in front. Not allowing Husick to get to the corner. Under 15 to go. Here comes Husick up to his feet. Walker still looking for that headlock up top. Husick staying in bounds there. He's still looking for that headlock. He knows it's coming. Husick staying in great position. And Tussey Mountain has a champ. That's Trevor Husick coming from that second seed. Takes out the top seed, Antonio Walker. Coming up next, a $132 right here on the Westmoreland Sports Network. Stay with us. Back here for 132 pounds, another 1-2. That's Colin Mccollum out of Beth Center. He is in the blue singlet, green ankle band. He'll take on second seed in Vinny Citrano out of Plum. Rocking that gold, white, and purple singlet. It is a 1-2 matchup. G, go ahead with some notes.
At 132, it's a double A versus triple A matchup. McCollum out of Beth Center, first in a WPIL double A, up at 138 and ranked fifth PI double A, again double A. Was fourth in the state last year, currently 14-0 on the season. The second seed, Vincent Citrano out of Plum, he's currently 9-0, ranked third in the WPIAL and 10th in the state. So this should be on paper, should be an interesting matchup.
Indeed it will be. And, it gets a little interesting. I'm taking a peek at the team race. Butler and Plum are tied. Now, with Walker just losing, he gets no points for first. So we're still tied. And the last wrestler to compete for Plum is Vinny Citrano, so a win here is huge, and they need 2 Butler losses. They still have 2 coming up in the championship finals. Citrano pleading his case in on that head inside single. Nice job by McCollum. You can see he's running that wizard off his own ankle, but Citrano showing some of that strength, bringing it all the way up, looking for a pull-through finish. Now going to try to go to a drop sag finish. Nice job, Citrano staying in on that ankle. Now needs to try to cut the corner. Does so, not just yet, says McCollum. Citrano going to change off to that double, drive across for the first points here at 132. So your second seed in Vinny Citrano, who's gotten here by way of fall, tech fall, and fall, strikes first to go up 2-0. Nice little flurry there. I love the defense by McCollum, too.
Citrano did a great job of chasing that position down and not giving up on it. McCollum, kind of came in and tried to go for that switch, and Citrano just kept fighting and chasing that hip, and was finally able to gain control and get the takedown.
McCollum able to get himself a 1-point escape to make it 2-1. That's how we got back here to neutral. Citrano, I remember him being much smaller last year. I can't remember what weight he was at, but I feel like he has maybe found the weight room a little bit. He looks good here at 132 pounds. Gee, I know you'll take a peek at that. Short time here, first period, 132 pounds. Vinny Citrano of Plum, the final Mustang we'll see here in these championship finals. He needs to win, and they need to hope for 2 Butler losses. Beth Center just about 12.5 points behind. We will see 3 of their wrestlers in these finals, so don't count them out with some bonus points. Citrano choosing the downer defensive position to begin the second. Not much of a first move to mention, but did maintain a strong base. McCollum trying to lace that back leg, looking for a quick switch is Citrano. He's going to try to change all the way off to the double drive. McCollum doing his best to scoot his hips, but not going to happen as Citrano strikes with a 2-point reversal. So, again, that's where he went from bottom to top. That's 2 points, but not laying there and sulking about it as McCollum comes all the way up to his feet, cuts away for a 1-point escape, 4-2, 90 seconds to go, second period. McCollum lets Citrano work back into the middle.
So you are right, Chris. Last year, Citrano was down at 120, 126. I mean, and it looks like he started the year out at 138 and then cut down to 132. So I would guess that he hit the weight room.
I thought he was much smaller. I'm sorry. I thought maybe he was 113, but
going back another year, he was at 113. So you're also right there.
All right. So I hyper-speeded it. 1 minute to go, 4-2. Both wrestlers staying in the middle. You saw a nice little shot attempt there by McCollum. Stepping out of it was Citrano. Don't forget, tweet me at KSmitty184, at GRC157. McCollum in on that low leg single, looking to kick away is Citrano, but not just yet. Second attempt. He is able to kick out of that. Nice little mule kick out of bounds. Shot there by Citrano, going to follow it up with a head. Looking for the underhook off the left side. McCollum tying up Citrano's wrist a little bit. Under 30 to go, second period, still 4-2. Citrano doing a nice job running that underhook with head position. Like to see some offense out of it. Got to say hello to our president and founder, Mr. Flickinger, who's sitting at home under the weather, but is working with us remotely. I don't even think he knew he could do it. I know I didn't, but he's helping us along with production. Again, I want to thank Sean Myers behind the camera here. Again, Kelly Flickinger on production alongside George Carter. I am Chris Smith, or Smitty. I call him G. 3 seconds to go. Second period, still a good one, 4-2.
You got to like that, McCollum's kind of, picking up his action here.
Yes.
He down 4-2, but ended that second period, firing off some shots, pushing Citrano out of bounds here. Also looking to take that energy into the third.
Going to say hello to our good friend Sean Benjamin and his wife. Always tune in to the Westmoreland Sports Network and enjoy their wrestling broadcast. Hello, Benjamin family. Merry Christmas and a happy upcoming and new year. 4-3, McCollum making it even more interesting. Let's see if he can get one of those takedowns. He's been in on a couple leg attacks. Going to try to go with a head shrug to his shot. Not fooled with Citrano.
Looked like he slipped a little bit there.
I think so too. Nice snap down there by Citrano. Follows it up with a headshot. Looking for a go-behind takedown is McCollum. He's in on that low leg single, but blowing him out.
I knew that was coming.
Hit him with a
star. That was good. And I'm kind of on the fence with that position too, because if you're looking to kick out in the center of the mat, you don't get called for that, right? It just so happens when you kick out, it takes you towards the out of bounds line where he did circle back in. So rules are rule, but
you're not happy with it.
Not necessarily.
Well, we'll file a grievance later, George.
I'm not that unhappy with it.
Well, if you're as unhappy as I am about no riding time in the state of Pennsylvania, and that angers me, and we need to go to the college out-of-bound rules. Let's make this a lot easier. If he's got a pinky toe in, we're scoring points. It really takes away a lot of those judgment calls on these officials, and it creates more action. I mean, look how much more of the mat you get to utilize. Nice shot by McCollum. Posted right into that head inside single. Needs to finish. No points for just getting in on a leg. Looking to change off to the double. Nope. Nice job by Citrano. Again, he's got a stall call. Circles himself back into the middle of the mat. Gotta love it. Wants to stay in the center. looking for an over-collar tie or Citrano. Like to see Citrano get a little bit more aggressive, get on a good leg attack. Don't shoot just to shoot. Get in on a leg attack, look to finish. Think finish before you even get to the leg. 25 to go. Duck attempt there by McCollum, nothing happening. Citrano doing a nice job staying in position, keeps circling back to the center. Again, he does have a stall call under 15 to go. 4-3 the lead for the Mustang. They need to win this. Shot from a different zip code there by McCollum. McCollum, lots of level checks and shots. Maybe trying to look for that stall call. The short time countdown is on, and there you go. Vinny Citrano, the second seed, takes out Kyle McCollum of Best Center 4-3. That'll do it at 132. Coming up next on the Westmoreland Sports Network, 138. Keep it here with us. Back here on the Westmoreland Sports Network for 138 pounds. That is Chris Sabrone of Peters Township coming in from that 5th seed. He'll take on a 3rd seed and Bryson Bench out of Bethel Park. Bench in the black singlet. Locked in the crotch and trying to do some defensive scoring here on Mr. Sabrone. Sabrone came out, low leg single. Now he's going to try to finish it off, but Bench able to kick out of bounds. Nice job. No scoring yet. Mr. Gonder, your head official.
Like you said, Chris, number 5 seed Sabrone out of Peters Township, 8-2 on the season, taking on Bryson Bench out of Bethel Park, 12-4, and again another AAA matchup here
that we could see a lot more of. Peters and Bethel practically neighbors. Your side judge out there, Mr. Greg James. So we got the 2 small guys out there, and Teddy Gonder and Greg James. Teddy's been in the game forever. Heck, he was officiating me and George. God, we were 6 when he was officiating us. Yeah, that's for sure. He's been around forever. No score to mention yet. 65 and counting down. Bench getting heavy on the head, looking for some defensive go behind takedowns, but nice job by Sabrone. Keeping his head up, not allowing Bench to get behind. A little bit of hand fighting here, center of the mat. Again, 138 pounds. Still a long way to go, so stay with us. We have a very interesting team race. Plum now in the lead, but we will see 2 more Butler Tornadoes who could perhaps change that as Bench looking to go misdirection. Snap this way, snap that way, spin this way, spin that way. Sabrone doing a nice job climbing that ladder. On Bench's arm, he's able to get his head out from underneath. And if you're Bench, you got to keep his head down underneath. Work that front head there at the edge. Don't let him out. 25 and counting down, still scoreless in the first. Sabrone in the red and white, Bench in the black.
Sabrone beat the number 1 seeded wrestler in the semifinals by a score of 3-2. That was Andrew Johnson out of Southmoreland.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Gave him his 2nd loss of the season. He came into that bout 12-1.
So for those of you interested in the team race, and if you're a Plum Mustang or a Butler Tornado, you sure are. Time will expire. Scoreless Plum now holds a 4-point lead. But again, Butler will have 2 more wrestlers in these championship finals. Not done yet. Sabrone going to choose the defensive or down position to begin the 2nd period. Bench to cover. Nice job stopping that first move by Bench, but Sabrone not just going to lay there, coming up to his feet, able to put that right hand into the hip pocket, cut away for a 1-point escape. First points go to Peters Township at Sabrone.
Two big 38-pounders.
Long and lanky.
Looking at these 2 guys, I mean, they're 2 big 38-pounders.
Nice shot attempt there by Bench. I'd like to see him clear that collar tie, though. If he would have posted up on that, he probably would have had a little bit more success. Here's Sabrone, quick single leg, swing single, looking to collect that left leg. Going to bring it all the way up and goes with a foot sweep and will cover the other hip for 2. So Sabrone 1 and 2. And gee, that's really a great approach. Get that 1-point escape. You know, right at that point, Bench is probably thinking to myself, I'm down 1-0. Sabrone takes advantage of it right off the whistle, gets in on that single, brings the leg up, goes for the far It was more of like an ankle block, able to get the 2-point takedown. Now up 3-0 as we approach 1 minute to go here in the second period, 138 pounds. Bench needs to get himself a fresh start. Realize where you are, young man, and will get a fresh start. Teddy blows him dead. 55 seconds to go. Bench able to kick away there for a 1-point escape. Makes it 3-1. Got a tweet here we got to get to. It's from McGee Clan. At K. Smitty, nice work to you and George on the action at the Southmoreland Holiday Tournament. Love you give our youth wrestlers advice as you do the matches. You guys really do an amazing job. Wow, Mr. Gonder's still officiating matches. Oh, it's from Joey Yurko. All right, Joey, Merry Christmas. Happy New Year to you and the family. Thanks so much for the kind words. Hey, if we're going to get people interested in the sport, we got to help them understand because, I'm 44, been doing it since I was 4, and I still don't understand it all the way. Short time here to go. Second period, 3-1 in favor of Sabrone. Got that second period escape followed up by a takedown. Bench able to get himself a 1-point escape, so it'll be Bench's choice here going into the third. And, George, it's the name of the game is get yourself out, get one, and go for that 2.
Exactly. They're
going to go neutral.
No,
he changed. He wants to go down. Okay. At this stage of the game, I don't care how good the top guy is. It's about attitude. You've got to be able to get yourself that 1-point escape, get to work on your feet. It's about first move. Going to block off. He's going to try to get here to level 2, and we have a problem with the clock, so they'll get a fresh start. Another coaching opportunity here for each corner. So no time off the clock. Kind of a 3-4 second free 4 seconds there. Bench doing a nice job. See, just like that. Went to the hip change, quick sit, able to get himself a 1-point escape. But there's Sabrone. Man, he's got a long reach. He can shoot from a different zip code. Get in on that single leg. Bench staying locked in the crotch. Can't afford to give up his 2. He's going to try to roll all the way up on top. Bench does come up on top just as he's taught, but they will run out of real estate with 1:41 to go, final period. Both guys working ahead. Bench kind of takes a shot, head inside. Single's going to try to come out the back door. Climbing that left leg. Up, looking for a funk roll with Sabrone. It's about height here right now. Both guys twisted up like a pretzel. Not a time to panic. Sabrone going to try to come all the way out the back door and does. George, that's about comfort right there. That's doing it in the mat room, putting yourself in that position and not panicking.
It's about comfort in that position, and also, the wrestler that keeps his hips the highest is usually the one that's going to come out on top.
Indeed. Yeah, I thought Bench kind of relented and let go. There was no time to panic just yet, but Sabrone builds that lead now 5-2, under a minute to go, riding heavy on that left side, looking for a chop, looking to go to that quick hip change. Is Bench. Sabrone not fooled at all. He's going to change from the claw underneath on the left side. He's got a thigh pry off the right. Like to see him stay up off of those knees, keep up on those toes, make that bottom guy carry your weight. More advice, young wrestlers, make that bottom guy carry you. Sabrone more or less just lets Bench go to make it 5-3. Bench, oh boy, out of bounds. So a quick shot there by Sabrone, and Bench went to chin whizzer him, but ran out of bounds. 30 to go, 5-3. Sabrone, don't get sloppy. Don't shoot just to shoot. We shoot to score at this level. He's got the underhook on the right side with head position. 15 to go. Bench looking to go for broke, and it's not going to work as Sabrone. Chris Sabrone all the way from the 5th seed, Peters Township. Going to have themselves a champ here at 138 pounds, and that is indeed the final. Chris Sabrone, your champ at $138 over Bryson Bench, your 3rd seed. Coming up next, 145 pounds, right here on the Westmoreland Sports Network. Back here to 145 pounds, we'll have top seed Levi Donnell out of Butler. This is a must-win for the Tornado. He is in the gold singlet. Red, is that red ankle band? Yes, indeed it is. He will take on Chase. Brandon Bura of Carlinton in the green. Donnell wasting no time in on that single, changes off to a backside double, collects that ankle and goes up 2-0, looking for roll-through tilt action. Your head official, Mr. Greg James. His side judge is Mark Poche. Take a look there for a second.
It's a AAA AA matchup with Donnell out of Butler, 9-0 on the year, currently ranked 11th PI AA. And then Chase Brandon Bura is currently 10-1 on the year, the 3rd seed. And like you said, Chris, this is a must-win for Donnell and Butler if they want to continue to keep their hopes alive of winning this
team race.
And I look back, last year Butler won the duel, so they technically won it last year. 2019 they were 2nd, 18 3rd, 17 4th, and 16 6th. So
always in the mix. Didn't they beat Greensburg-Salem in the finals last year?
They did. Yeah, we covered that. It was, I think it was a 20-something to 18 duel. But yeah, we were there to cover that. In the years that I know in 18, Greensburg-Salem won the overall title, and then in 17, when Butler was 4th, Greensburg-Salem won the title. So this is a must-win for this Butler wrestler.
And it's,
no pressure.
Get the win, and you just tie with Plum. So we've got to be thinking bonus points, which it looked like Donnell was going to come out, and he was hunting down those bonus points. It's kind of slowed down a little bit here on top, but maybe Brandon Bura kind of settling into being in these finals. Keeps coming up to his feet. Nice mat return lift there by Donnell.
Well, actually, no. At 172, Butler has another wrestler.
Yes, we have one more
wrestler in there.
So what I'm saying is Plum is up by 4 points.
Okay.
So a win here would tie it. So they would have to. Gosh, I don't even know what you do if you have ultimately a tie. I'm sure there's some sort of a tie-breaking criteria.
I think the coaches have to go takedowns or something.
I like it. I like it. Hey, 14th match. I like it. It's like the 19th hole. Looking for that roll-through tilt is Donnell, and he is collecting counts. Mr. Greg James says that's a compliment of 5. So again, a 5 count is 3 near fall points. You'll see right there. He holds up the red band. That's his left arm for 3 as time expires. So a comfortable 5-0 lead for Donnell.
And like you said, Donnell has to be thinking bonus points at this stage of the game. You can't wrestle to a decision if you want your team to win the overall title.
Sure.
So, in the way that he's out there competing, I believe that he's thinking that.
That's his mindset for sure. Brandon Bura deferred his choice to the 3rd. Donnell chooses the down position. Let's see what Brandon Bura has here on top. Looks like he's trying to tie some wrists up underneath. Nice job by Donnell to get those hands back out in front. Now, don't bring him in perpendicular. Keep him out there parallel. Donnell with a 5-0 lead. Very quick takedown in the first, and then he ended the period with that roll-through tilt. Nice job here by Brandon Bura so far on top, doing a good job riding. Got that back leg lace, but then going with the wrist roll almost to Peterson was Donald, almost like he suckered Brandon Bura right into that one. G builds that lead after a 2-point reversal, 7-0.
Yeah, he's continuing to build on that lead, and he's definitely going to go to work here on top. You gotta be thinking pinning combinations at this stage of the game. He's got into those 2 tilts earlier on, but now you got to be thinking pinning combination. Or if you're thinking, oh hey, I'm just going to go get this tech fall.
And he wants that roll through tilt. He's got it seat belted up. Great position, brings the bread into the basket, and he is getting count. Again, you need to break a 45-degree angle with the back. Mr. James holding on to 3 near fall. Once he relents, he'll throw it up. If he's still in danger, they will not award those points. So now in major decision land, a major decision out there, novice viewers, is a win by 8 or more points, 8-14 to be exact. If you win by 15 or more, it's a tech fall. The match is terminated. And then a pinfall, forfeit, or default, of course. I guess in a dual match, those would be 6. I got to remember, I'm in a tournament here right now, so this final scoring is a little bit different. But Donnell Says there's no different scoring when it comes to near fall points, as he's looking for another roll-through tilt here at the edge. Time will expire in the second period. The Tornado pleading his case for a championship trophy, not just for himself, but for the team. Carleton's Brandon Buer going to choose the neutral position, very wise. He's going to do a little misdirect single, and he kind of got it on the leg, George, and didn't finish. Donald looking for a funk roll. No time to panic just yet. Stay high. Brandon Buer trying to tie up that back left ankle. Going to try to step all the way across. But Donald, no panic whatsoever, is going to collect his 2 points. Build that lead now 12-0. So he's 3 points away from a technical fall. He's got 90 seconds to do it. Plenty of time, G.
And he's got, he had that cross wrist secured underneath there.
Brandon Buer, a nice job, comes up to his feet. Had great hand control, so Donald just let him go. Donald looking for a duck, and then a big throw attempt there by Brandon Buer. Not going to happen. In fact, he may end up on his own back if Donald can make him pay for it. He's going to get the 2-point takedown. He's got that crossface punched in from the right side. Nice job keeping it up on the elbow. Donald was maybe looking for a crossface cradle. Brandon Buer able to peel that hand off, 14-1. So, a 2-point tilt will end this match. Maybe Donald will give him the cut. He'll need to go for 2 takedowns. Donald keeps changing side, going to that claw rod. Here comes Brandon Buer, posting that hand into the left hip pocket. It's going to cut away. Make that score now 14-2. 33 and counting down. Final period at 145 pounds. Again, we want to thank you for joining us for the 22nd annual Southmoreland Christmas Classic, all presented by Armstrong Cable, keeping you connected. 2-point takedown, nice little defensive go behind. Donald takes a peek back and says, I've got time, I'm going to cut him, give him 1. One more takedown would indeed be a technical fall, and he's going for it, looking for that double. He's going to maybe try to change off to a dump here. Brandon Buer holding ground, kind of stonewalling him there, and that's how this one will end. Levi Donald, your top seed winner, 16-3 over Chase Brandon Buer of Carleton. When we return, 152 pounds. Coming up next on the Westmoreland Sports Network. Here we go, 152 pounds from Southmoreland High School. Top seed, Tyler Barish. He's in the blue, white, and gold. He will take on, that is Caden Brock of Elizabeth Forward in the red. It's Barish, it's a Brock. Barish got here by one fall and 2 major decisions. And Caden Brock got here by fall, decision, and decision. Brock taking out the second seed in Greensburg-Salem's Trevor Swartz, 6-4 in the semifinals. Had a chance to talk with head coach Randy Parsley and just said Swartz did not wrestle his best match in those semifinals, but that's the way the cards fell. So here we go.
Mm-hmm. Same information I received when I spoke with Coach Parsh earlier on.
Shot attempt there by Brock. Let's see if Barish makes him pay for it with some defensive scoring.
Barish, number 1 seeded wrestler out of Beth Center with a record of 13-1. And Brock out of Elizabeth Forward, currently 7-3. And this is a double-A matchup.
First one of the evening, all double-A, I believe, correct?
I think it is, yes.
For those of you that can't see, George comes extremely prepared. Nice shot there by Barish. Head inside single. Let's see if he can change off. Look at the flexibility there of Brock trying to keep that back leg back. Now Barish dumps him off to the left side. He's going to try to step over that bottom leg. Looks like Brock's, he does. He has the crotch locked up and not allowing Barish to advance. So that's how That one will end in a stalemate. 17 seconds to go here. First frame at 152 pounds. Gee, I plugged in the wrong phone. I got to get this one. I lost my interwebs because we were hotspotting off a phone. Guys getting a little bit physical out there. Got to love it. Short time, first period. Mark Poche, your head official. Eric Johnson, your side judge, Eric Johnson. So they cycle through. Eric was the 106-a-pound official. So he had a little bit of a break, and now he's going to cycle back out. So this is the second time we will see these officials. Second period, we're scoreless. Barish choosing the down position. Brock will cover. Nice squeeze pry jam off that left side. Changing off to a thigh pry. Here comes Barish all the way up to his feet. Brock looking for a mat return, but you can see Barish has that leg laced up, doing a nice job there. You're going to get those hips away, looking for a sit switch. Can he get the scoop before he gets pushed out of bounds? Nice job by Barish. I'll tell you what, he was able to scoot those hips away, G, and get that 2-point reversal right at the edge. So Tyler Barish, the top seed, goes up 2-0 with 90 to go, second frame.
And this definitely could be a matchup that, you know, both wrestlers are going to see later on in the season.
Barish going to work on top. He's got the boots in. Brock not where he wants to be, down on his belly, carrying all that weight of Barish. You can see Barish now going to work with the power half on top. Brock needs to take that leg and just throw it out. Get it out, and now Barish able to pull out his own leg, get back to good position from behind. You want to control the hips, top guy. If you can control the bottom wrestler's hips, you're 95% of the way home. Running that tight waist off the right side is Barish. He's got that back leg of Brock all tied up. Brock trying to push it out. Brock really good at using his head on the bottom there. You can see he's kind of bringing that back. You might better watch. Mr. Poche can bang him for 1 point. Be a technical violation. Can't use your head really in that manner. I'm all for physical wrestling, but let's not break the rules. Under 30 to go, 2-0, top seed. Tyler Barish up, compliments of that beautiful grinding switch. Now he's going to come out here. Man, I don't know if Brock didn't know he had his head right next to his knee, but Barish has the near cradle locked up at the edge. He's trying to scoot it up. He's going to lift weights and jerk it up. Brock doing a nice job trying to maintain a wide base. 7 seconds to go. Barish just maybe trying to get a quick 2 count out of it. Don't think it's going to happen. Nice job by Brock. Not a nice job getting into the cradle. I mean, don't put your knee near your nose. Good golly, Miss Molly. Barish almost made him pay for it. Brock going to choose the down position to begin the third. Also down 2-0. Nice job by Brock maintaining base here. Barish was looking for, went down to that wrist on the left side. I like to call that a Michigan or a snowplow. Kind of where he buries his forehead in the armpit. Doing a nice job keeping that back leg of Brock all tied up.
You know, you got to wonder how much energy underneath is Brock expending down there, you know.
He's not going below that base here so far in the third period, but now looking for double trouble. You can see he's got this back leg laced up. I know it's on the opposite side of the camera, but Barish, he's probably going to have to maybe start changing off to some pinning combinations before Mr. Poche bangs him, and he's been doing a great job riding. Unfortunately, the goal on top is to try and turn your wrestler. Can't ride in regulation. Now in overtime, it's a different ball game. You don't have to try to pin. You can ride them for the entire 30 seconds. Have not had any overtime matches here this evening so far, but there's the stall call. I kind of thought it was coming. You can't stay back on those hips. Got to try to come out the perpendicular, look for pinning combinations. I think Barish was thinking about cutting Brock. There comes Brock all the way up to his feet, cuts away. Good explosion right there, 2-1. Barish getting busy on his feet, was heavy on the head, fired a shot away. There's another shot right here. Let's see if he can finish it. Dumps Brock off the right side. If he can get this bottom leg hooked, I think that's going to be the nail in the coffin. You can see Brock doing a good job staying locked to the crotch. Barish going to bring him up to a sit position. He's going to have to pick a side and go to it. It looks like he wants to go.
He's got to pick a side here.
Yep, don't stay right there. He's trying to hook with his right leg, but Brock doing a nice job staying locked in the crotch. Pochi's going to blow it dead with 9 seconds. Remember, there is a stall call on Barish.
And looking back, Barish was a champ 2019 at 132.
Shot there by Brock, but making him pay for it. Don't take a shot just to shoot. Shoot to score. Barish with a defensive go beyond takedown. Your top seed out of Best Center, 152-pound champ. That's Tyler Barish. Coming up next, we will have 160 pounds on the Westmoreland Sports Network. Stay with us.
Good save. Okay.
All right, here we go. 160 pounds. This is a 1-2. Trevor Pettit out of Beth Center, your top seed. He'll rock the all-white singlet with the green ankle band. He will take on Ethan Heminger, your number 2 seed out of Somerset.
Trevor Pettit out of Beth Center was a 2019 champion down at 152. And coming into this bout, he needs one more win to reach the Century Club.
All right. Well, hey, I hope we get to give him a congratulations right here on the air.
So this is another double-A matchup. Number 1 seed Trevor Pettit out of Beth Center, currently ranked 5th in the WPIL and 18th in the state, taking on Ethan Heminger out of Somerset, currently 9-2 on the season.
Heminger a little bit taller than Pettit. Pettit working that underhook. He has head position on the left side with it. There he comes right into that duck, into George's favorite bear hug, but stepping out of it was Heminger. Pettit still has the underhook with head position on the left side. Now he's going to try to snap the head down, maybe into a front head and arm. Use that underhook, young man. That thing is worth gold. Going to try to go with a throw by right here in front of us. No points scored. Eric Johnson, your head official. Steve Snyder, his side judge. 160-pound shot there by Heminger, blocked off by Pettit. I like the shot, but the defense was even stronger. You can see Pettit trying to get Heminger extended. He's got an underhook buried on the right side. Heminger has a pretty good grip on it. Was maybe thinking dump right there. Under 30 to go. First period, still scoreless, 160 pounds. Heminger maybe thinking sucker drag here. Nice job by Pettit to bring it all the way up. Now he's looking for that fireman's carry. Underneath goes Heminger. Pull on that arm, young man, and get your head out. Wow, nice job. Hip heisting and scooting was Pettit. But Heminger right back in on that fireman's carry. Nope, he's going to change it off to a high crotch. Maybe come up to a bear hug. Short time to go, and we will go scoreless to the second. But no lack of action here early on at 160, G.
So yeah, looking back, and I do stand corrected, Trevor Pettit placed 5th in 2019, and Tyler Parrish was also 5th. So sorry about that mistake.
It's okay, bud. Don't let it happen again. Quick 1-point escape there for Pettit. Strikes first. Again, that is a 1-point escape when you go from the bottom to the neutral position. See if these guys can pick up with that neutral action that we had there in the first period. Nice display of offense and defense. No points scored. Pettit looking to kind of toss things up in the air, but Heminger kind of clingy. Staying in good position here. He's working that 2-on-1 off the right side of Heminger. See if maybe he goes with a level change drop and kind of slides it forward. I used to love doing that. He's got good head position. Heminger, he needs to clear out of this tie. Like, use your other hand and rip that hand off. Now there was Pettit. Threw it up in the air. He's looking for a little bit of airtime on Heminger. He's going to cover that hip and get the 2-point takedown. Nice job on that double leg. He threw that 2-on-1 up in the air, got in on the double leg, finished clean.
I like how, he circled his hips in right away and brought it back into the center. Instead of, kind of getting a little overzealous and driving him out of bounds, he circled it back in and took it to the center for the 2.
And George, that's a great point. He had to head to the other side. Now, usually you want to drive away from your head, but he was able to circle. If he would have done that, he would have driven him right into the head table. So he was able to circle, and he got him up off of his feet. And, you know, when you're not on your feet, it's kind of hard to be defensive. Under 30 to go here, 3-0. Pettit going to work on top. Now, this is where Heminger needs to, you know, he's got to grind for a one-point escape here. He's going to have choice in the second. Maybe looking for a Peterson here or a two-point reversal. Is Heminger. Oh, he's going to get himself nothing just yet. Pettit battling. He's in on a high crotch looking for the chin whizzer. Is Pettit, and he's got him stuck here on his back. Pettit able to regain. Short time to go. 2-1 time. Wow, nice little flurry right there. I thought Heminger, I'll tell you what, great job. He went with a flurry of moves, but Pettit stayed poised.
That was Hunter Gano-esque right there with that chin whip, man. Wow. I saw Hunter flash before my eyes right there when he hit that. Jeez.
Indeed.
And it was tight.
Pass. Hunter Gano, one of our teammates, George and I's teammates up at Bloomsburg University. Yeah, he was good at the chin whizzer, man. And, yeah, I guess that was a little flash down memory lane right there as Pettit's going to throw in the short boot on the right side. Heminger, you know, it's like he heard me speak. He's got to get one. You know, maybe he tried to go too big and get the two instead of just breaking away and getting a one. But, hey, you got to love the thrill of the action right there. But, unfortunately, Pettit, or not unfortunately, fortunately or unfortunately, depending who you're cheering for, able to come up on top and get himself some near fall points to end that second period. And he's looking to build on that as he's got the right arm bar with double boots in on Heminger. Got to be surgical and strategic right here.
Because you don't want it to get stopped.
Nope.
He's doing a good job keeping that bar kind of pinched between his hips and his back there and slowly letting it slide out and coming up and working.
Looking for the tilt. Nice job. He's keeping height, and he has – nice job by Heminger. He heard that count, got back to his belly. Eric Johnson does get to a full 5 count, so he's holding on to 3 near fall. That'll make the score 9-0. So a major decision here for Beth Center's Trevor Pettit. 35 to go and counting down, continuing to grind with that short boot off the left side, looking for another tilt. You know, usually you don't see the shorter wrestler of the two grinding out on the taller one on top, but he's down there looking for the fall. Got the double grapevines in. Heminger in a world of trouble. Doing a nice job trying to fight off of his back, working side to side. 10 seconds to fight off the fall. Johnson back and forth. He's looking for it, and there it is! Pettit with a mat slapper! 5 seconds to go in the third frame. That's Trevor Pettit out of Best Center. Your top seed takes out number 2 and Ethan Heminger. That is 100 wins for Trevor Pettit. You can see they've got the banners up. Man, they already had this thing.
I was going to say, you know, that's a lot of confidence there.
Yeah, it's not like they went to Walmart, bought some construction paper and Sharpies. I mean, they went and bought that one. See Sean Myers, nice job from our camera operator. Right in, nice job. Congratulations, Trevor. That's a big one. 100, and you get the mat slapper. When we return, we'll have a $1.72 on the Westmoreland Sports Network. All righty, here we go. 172 pounds. It's Mickey Kreinbucher out of Butler. Is it Kreinbucher? Go ahead. Yeah, Mr. Steve Snyder looking for me for the go. Tim Lloyd, his side judge. And then he will take on, that is Rowan Holmes out of Somerset. So we're going to go with Kreinbucher. Kreinbucher looking to tornado out, but Holmes says, come here. Now Kreinbucher looking for a defensive go behind. We got all kind of flurry action here. This is the final Butler tornado we'll see, and guess what? He's got to win. I got to take a peek at the team race right here because I think it may still, is it tied? Lots of action, but no points to settle. Or no points. Whoop, I'm not even on the internet
it's
here.
not tied. Butler's in the lead.
Yeah, maybe that bonus point.
177.5 to 176.5.
Okay.
So this is huge. Well, actually, let me take a look here.
You dive into that, G. So lots of action out here at 172. No points to be scored, but Kreinbucher looking for a go-behind takedown. He had Holmes at the edge and then just let him go.
So, yeah, Plum doesn't have any more wrestlers to compete here, so
that'll do it.
That will do it.
Butler Tornadoes, your champ. That doesn't mean you turn us off. Stay with us. We still have 89, 215 in heavyweight. And then we will have our post-match show brought to you by Stellar Fasteners. So don't go anywhere. We'll have post-match recaps, post-final recaps, rather, with some interviews. Nice job by Kreinbucher. Man, just running the plow. Saw him arch his chest up, throw those hips in, as my man G says, brought the hips to the party. But nice job by Holmes, staying strong on that leg. If Kreinbucher can step over that leg, and does, Mr. Snyder likes it, and there is a 2-point go-behind defensive takedown. So early grind, a lot of action, first points.
For the score to only be 2-0
yeah.
With short time left, man, there was a ton of action right out of the gate in this match, and this is what you love to see. You know, guys just throwing the kitchen sink at each other and kind of just figuring it out as they go. But for only to be a 2-0 match, I mean, I'm tired after that first period.
Yeah, it's like calling a Willishell match. For sure, 2-0, Kreinbucher up. Holmes is going to defer to Kreinbucher. Kreinbucher going to go down, but up 2-0. Don't forget, you can still tweet me at ksmitty184, at grc157, or at Westmoreland SN. I got to jump on Twitter, see who's saying hi. Coming up to his feet is Kreinbucher, cuts away for that 1-point escape. Makes the score now 3-0. There's a shot by Holmes out of bounds. No points. 2 will toe the line. $1:44 to go. Have a string of Golden Lions coming up here next, G, huh?
Mm-hmm.
89, 215 heavyweight, including a couple of brothers.
Next 3 weight classes.
That's it. Parse, take a seat and don't get up, brother. Rowan Holmes in on another shot here. Kreinbucher kind of locked. He's got a cradle locked up, but from way out front. The lock is back by the crook of the knee, which is really hard to do. Now he's going to let it go, so he maybe kind of rope-a-doped Holmes right into it. Unlocked and spun him behind for the 2-point go-behind takedown. Now builds that lead 5-0, so maybe putting the explanation point on it for the Butler Golden Tornadoes here is Kreinbucher. Kreinbucher beat Bryson Robinson by fall, that top seed in the semifinals. Holmes, coming from that 3rd seed, took out the second, actually did not take out the 2nd seed, took out Ty Shields of Upper St. Clair. Well, the bottom half of this bracket was a bit of a mess. 2nd seed and Andrew Clausen lost to Trevor Katz of Fox Chapel. Then Shields beat Katz. And then Holmes came from that 3rd seed and beat Shields by pinfall in 3:14. 5-1 to score. After Holmes got that escape, let's see if Kreinbucher can get another defensive takedown. He's looking for that chest wrench, trying to extend Holmes out. Mr. Snyder not pleased with the action. We'll call it dead with a stalemate. Looking for that 2-on-1. Ty tried to go with an inside reap step to a shot. Was Holmes, not fooled was Kreinbucher. Kreinbucher's made a living out of scoring defensively here. Let's see if he can do it at the edge, and with short time to go in the 2nd period. Takes a peek up at the clock. Here's the countdown by the side judge, Mr. Tim Lloyd. And that's how we'll go to the 3rd, 5-1. Mickey Kreinbucher. It's a tough one.
It's a
it is a tough one. It really is. Call him Mickey. Mickey in the top position. Nice switch right out of the gate there by Holmes, but an even nicer re-switch by Mickey on top. Going to hang on this right side, goes with a heavy chop, tying that wrist up underneath. He's got a one-on-one off the right side, doing a nice job staying off of his knees, staying on his toes, keeping that pressure forward. As long as he keeps Holmes' head down on the mat, he's not going to score. I know my dear friend Dan Flickinger's at home, and I tell him all the time, wherever your head goes, that's where your body goes. And if you wrestle with your head down on the mat, you cannot score. Under 90 seconds to go. And I think Mickey's starting to feel a gold medal here. He's got that wrist all tied up. He's going to have to come off the hips, or I think he's going to get banged, G.
I mean, they're watching it. I mean, you got to think, too, Holmes isn't doing much either on the bottom.
Now he's got the 2-on-1, does Mickey off the left side, takes a peek back at the clock, sees just north of 60 seconds. He's jumping from side to side, so it's not like he's completely hanging. He's running that claw off the right side. Now he changes to a heavy chop on the right. Going to come back here and pick an ankle. He's staying busy.
You know, he's doing enough to keep the attention off of him.
Yeah, for sure. Very well said, G. 40 seconds, 5-1, the Butler Tornado.
You know, he has that back. Oh, I was getting ready to say, maybe throw a half it on that side. You have that ankle hook there on that side.
Again, like you said, doing enough to keep the attention. I'll throw a half here for 2 seconds. Commanding 5-1 lead. Thought earlier on it was going to be more of a high-scoring affair.
I was thinking the same thing at the end of the second period there, because I was kind of looking at both wrestlers, seeing which wrestler looked the freshest coming back into the center. And they both really look, obviously a little bit winded. And I was actually thinking that Holmes was the fresher of the two, but his mat wrestling there just didn't show that.
No, he didn't get it done, and that'll do it at 172. That's Mickey Kreinbucher, your champ, coming all the way from that 5th seed. Coming up next will be 189 pounds. It'll be a good one. Stay with us on the Westmoreland Sports Network. All right, here we go at 189. Mr. Lloyd, go ahead. That is a Landon Hartman, your 4th seed out of Bethel Park. He'll be in the black, and coming all the way from that 2nd seed is Christian Mcchesney of Greensburg-Salem. One of 2 Mcchesneys we'll see here in these championship finals. Get to see his brother in a couple of matches.
This is a triple A matchup. That Hartman out of Bethel Park is currently 12-3 on the year, and Mcchesney out of Greensburg-Salem is undefeated, 10-0. And I asked Pars earlier on before on the air. I said, "Hey, is Mcchesney just Christian Mcchesney that is just coming on this year?" And he said, he's wrestling smart and just wrestling smart matches.
Yeah. That's what it's about. Wrestle smart. It looks like he's filled into the weight.
I was going to say,
he was kind of, I hate to say this, like baby fat, but he's kind of matured, and I think his brain has figured out how to control that big body. He's going to look for that snap down go behind, and I know I had an opportunity to call a couple of Greensburg-Salem football games, and I'll tell you what, he was one of those terrors up front for the Golden Lions in that interiors. He gets that go behind takedown to go up 2-0 over Hartman of Bethel Park. Under a minute to go, 50 seconds to be exact. Chesney kind of staying parallel here, needs to come off of those hips a little bit. Hartman trying to push all the way back up to the base. Nice job by Mcchesney. He's kind of chopping heavy on that left side, running that sag. Hartman's got to come up off of his belly though, GM. He can't score from there. There it is. See, sometimes if you say it, they just hear you.
I think that's what happened.
So Hartman all the way up to his base. Now he's got to try to come to his feet. Mcchesney's tying up that wrist. You can see Hartman trying to use his elbow as a weapon. That is legal. 10 seconds to go. First period, Mcchesney up 10-0.
Nope, short time. The clock is still running. They didn't stop the clock. There should be around, around 8. I think around 8.
Yep.
7 or 8-ish.
Mcchesney covers on the right side. Oh, going with a quick wrist roll there was Hartman, but rolling right around with him was Mcchesney. Lots of rolling for big guys. Usually when they start rolling, bad things happen.
You saw Mcchesney. He had that reinforced tilt set up there. Just didn't get his hips outside and to catch Hartman's hips in the basket there, and Hartman going back down.
Mcchesney defers choice to Hartman. So let's watch out for this quick wrist roll. Going to have to watch how tight you make that tight waist. And he goes right with it again, does Hartman, but I think he's going to be guilty. Nope. In fact, it's going to be Mcchesney guilty.
If I was Mcchesney, I'd get on the other side.
Indeed. Yeah, switch it up. But you see, he learned. He didn't go with a heavy chop. He just kind of froze right there. Still likes that right side. Now he's going to come over here and throw a quick half off the left. Now he's going to run the arm bar off the left and see if he can trap it all the way. He's doing a good job staying off his knees. Driving that weight forward, getting Hartman back down to his belly. Looks like he's looking for a reinforced wing. I think he's got that wrist tied up, and you can see he's trying to throw that chicken wing in from the left side.
Yeah, it looks like he has that wing in.
He's got the wing, but no wrist underneath. Now he's going to jump out here and run the wing on Hartman.
And I was going to say he'd be okay with just hooking that opposite shoulder if he had it. Now looking to chin him back to try to get some sneaky back points there, I like to say.
Nice float drill tactics there by Mcchesney. Yet Hartman went to a quick sit and then he went high turn. Mcchesney didn't panic, just floated with him. That's why you do the float drill, young viewers. Stay on your toes, be like a cat. Hartman back to his base, but Mcchesney's got that back right leg all chewed up. Head in the arm, running that Michigan. Now he's going to change off to that chicken wing. He's got wrists on the right side, on the left side, excuse me. Let's see if he can get out there and run this strategically. He's got that shoulder planted. Mcchesney in near fall criteria. Mr. Lloyd down there counting.
And Mcchesney needs to circle his hips back around.
Yep, I think
just
he was
like
just settling in, and there it is. I think it is all but over. One of two Mcchesneys looking for a fall here. Nice job by Hartman to fight off of his back. Not just
He's
yet.
not out of the woods yet here.
He is able to get all the way back down to his belly. Nice fight by Hartman. Hartman, who took out the top seed 6-4. 10 seconds to go. Mr. Lloyd awards 3 more to Christian Mcchesney. Get to see Big Billy here in a few. And that's how the second frame will expire. 5-0 for Christian Mcchesney. It's going to be his choice. He elects to go down. Parse says, yep. That was one thing, you always, it's where you want to go. At this point, where do you feel comfortable?
Well, initially I thought he went top. But then he looked over to his coaches and decided to go down, which, in this situation, I mean, hey, you got to get some mat work in regardless, because if you want to win the big matches, you're at some point going to have to get off the bottom.
Indeed.
So.
Yeah, maybe it's an area where he hasn't been comfortable, but like you said, get the work in now. You have a 5-0 lead. He's up to his feet very nicely. Nice little mat return there by Hartman. But the nice thing is Mcchesney's not going down to his belly. He's staying on that base. He's trying to work himself back to level 2, keeping that head up. See if he can try to knee slide. Hartman's got that right leg all chewed up. Now he's going to push back over that right leg, come to his feet. Hartman locked up. And if you're Christian, kind of stay there. Maybe look for the stall call, block out on those slides.
I thought he was going to get it there.
He's looking for a standing switch. Now he's going to maybe end up in a Peterson position. He's going to step over that leg, but here goes Hartman trying to step all the way across. Had Mcchesney almost in criteria there. It was a great scramble by a couple of big guys. Looked like a couple of 6-pounders scrambling.
Well, it looks like Hartman's going to cut him. I saw the coaching staff signal to him to cut him and go upstairs. So it looks like he's going to go for broke now in the last minute and 5 seconds, down 6 in this third period.
So that'll make the score 6-0. 1 point escape. Yep, just because you elect to cut him, you still give him the 1 point. You relent that. Nice heavy hands by Christian.
Hey, Christian's, got to get back to that snap he hit the first period. I mean, he snapped Hartman right down to the mat. You don't want to go upstairs right now.
You can see Hartman working that underhook on the left side, but Christian doing a nice job blocking off because he's got head position. It's not that you can't score without head position in the underhook, but you kind of eliminate a lot of offense there, G.
You got to watch. You got, if you're going to be pushing in, like you said, you got to maintain that head position.
25 to go. Mcchesney up 6-0.
Because if that head pops out, Hartman's looking for a throw or a headlock.
He's got to. I mean, he's got to go for broke. He's got to go for more than broke. He'd have to go for a fall down 6-0. Again, feet to back is just 5. That's with a full count. Christian, there it is. He's looking for that throw, and maybe Christian will get the go-behind takedown. He's got his arm caught up underneath. Hartman kind of pinching it in there, and that's how this one will end. Your second seed, Christian Mcchesney. Winner 6-0 at 189 pounds. Coming up next, another golden line in Chismar at 2:15 right here on the Westmoreland Sports Network. Stay with us. The light heavies, here we go. 2 to go. It's top seed Anthony Govern. We like to call him McLovin. We'll tell that story later. He'll take on Caleb Chismar. This is a 1-2 matchup. Go ahead, G.
Yeah, this is a 1-2 matchup, but it's also a AA, AAA matchup. Anthony Govern, 13-1 out of Southmoreland, a senior, ranked 20th by PIAA. And then you have Caleb Chismar, also a senior out of Greensburg-Salem. He's ranked 24th, 9-1, I believe, on the year.
Both these guys also excellent football players. Had the opportunity to call, it was the Southmoreland Scotties and Mount Pleasant. Anthony Govern, the quarterback, kind of stepped in this year as the quarterback, and Caleb Chismar, another one of those interior guys that gets it done for the Golden Lions. McLovin thinking about maybe going to school for baseball as well. I know when we had the Westmoreland County Wrestling kickoff show, he had showed up just on the nick of time. Him and Coach Boring and Bryson Robinson, he had just gotten back from a baseball trip to North Carolina. Yeah, High Point down in North Carolina. Nice little double leg shot. No points scored there by McLovin.
Just to add, Anthony Govern's ranked 4th in the WPIAL AA, and Chismar is 7th in the WPIAL AAA. So, a AA, AAA matchup that could happen again at Counties.
Yep, we'll have coverage of that. I know last year we did full mat coverage, so they had 4 mats over there at Kiski, and we got it figured out, so I believe we're going to have full mat coverage of that 2-day affair. Is it 2 days this year? I believe last year was all 1. No, last year was 2 days.
Last year was 2.
So we'll have full mat coverage.
I feel as if Counties, it's always been 2.
It has. I was trying to remember back because last year with all the restrictions. And there's Chismar with a quick shot, drops McLovin right down to his back, but a quick elevator by Govern. God, I got his names all screwed up now, and everybody's probably like, what is the matter? Now Chismar looking for the go-behind takedown, and he's going to get it. Chismar strikes first. Bunch of scrambling here, 215 pounds. Nice shot by Chismar. Got in on that single. Dumped Govern down to his butt, but going with the quick elevator out.
Yeah, Govern
hits that Granby.
He got a little overzealous and tried to go for a throw and really didn't have the position that he needed. And that's how he gave up that 2 there. But it was a beautiful scramble. I mean, for two individuals that are 215 pounds, a great schedule here.
Yeah, without a doubt. And you know what I like is Govern, a very quick 1. There was short time at the end of the first period, so it's 2-1. Chismar down. Govern covers. Govern's got that left wrist tied up underneath. Chismar trying to reach in and get it freed up. Chismar doing a nice job staying on his base. Like to see him step up with that right leg, get the level 2. He's going to buck up. There he comes all the way up to his feet, and he's able to scramble away for a 1-point escape, make that lead now 3-1. Great one here, 215 pounds, 90 seconds to go, second period. Saw a nice shot earlier from Govern, went out of bounds, heavy on the head there. Goes Chismar. They need to stop the bout and get that ankle band off of him. That's okay. They're going to let it go.
Yeah, Chismar has to be careful there of chasing.
Yes.
You know, he doesn't want to chase because that's how Govern was able to get in on that shot earlier. You know, Chismar was kind of chasing and over pursued kind of a position there, but I feel like right now both wrestlers are they're kind of filling each other out even after the first period where there was a lot of action.
For sure, Chismar kind of sucks him in ear to ear. He's got that 3-1 lead, but don't sit on a lead.
That's exactly what I was thinking. You know, Chismar does not want to sit on it.
Looking for that go behind here at the edge. He's got it all tied up. Govern able to take advantage of the out of bounds. 26 seconds to go. Nice job by Chismar. Kind of lulled Govern to sleep and then went with that quick spin go behind. Quick reaction by Govern, able to come up to his feet and avoid another 2-point takedown at the edge. 17 and counting down, second period. It will be Govern's choice in the third, down 3-1.
And thinking of some of Chismar's matches in the years past, I mean, he does kind of have that ability to kind of lull his opponent to sleep, and then out of nowhere, you know, he'll hit something.
Well, you know, he's got two great workout partners in the Mcchesney brothers, you know, so if he's able to execute in the room, he can certainly execute out here, and that's how the second period will end. Govern chooses the bottom position. See if he goes right back to that Graham. He's going to go to a short sit, high head turn. And like that, 3-2, 5 seconds in. Govern with that 1 point escape. So we've got a barn burner here at 2:15.
You know, and for Chismar, you know, he should keep looking to score. You know, I mean, he knows that Govern has to come at him now because he's losing.
Low leg shot there by Govern. Came in and never was able to grab a leg. Now he's got a cradle locked up. He's got Chismar in a world of trouble now, G. Govern looking to get it in his home gym. And he does! That's McLovin! Gives the crowd the fist pump. Sean Myers, hold on to that camera because that Scotty crowd is getting wild. What a good one there, Anthony Govern. Your top seed takes out number 2, Caleb Chismar. Stay here. The big guys coming up next on the Westmoreland Sports Network. As promised, our finale, the big guys at 285 pounds. Big bad Billy Mcchesney coming out of that top seed. Got here by a couple of falls and a 9-2 decision in the semis. He'll take on Sean Loring out of Albert Gallatin. Fall. Ultimate tiebreaker, 3-2 over Matt Watkins of Tussey Mountain. George, I know you have some notes there.
Yeah, number 1 seed taking on the 3rd seed, Billy Mcchesney. I mean, we all know Billy Mcchesney, you know, he's ranked 2nd in the state, 4th last year, currently 10-0 on the season, 93-24 career. You said earlier he's going to take his wrestling career to Columbia. And then you have Loring out of Albert Gallatin, you know, ranked 23rd in the state. I believe he's 9-2. And the Watkins, the wrestler he beat in the semifinals, he was ranked in 6th place AA, 2-time state qualifier, and was currently undefeated on the season. So, I mean, Loring's no slouch.
Loring a little bit more of a heavyweight-looking wrestler. You know, I would say Billy's, you know, probably weighing in about 245. Loring's got to be up in the 260 range. Under 50 to go, still scoreless. Both guys staying in the center, trying to fill each other out here. Exchanging collar ties, staying heavy on those heads, staying in good position. And I love how the heavyweight classification has really evolved from that, let's just push each other around, wear each other out, look for that last second takedown. I mean, it's really evolved into full-blown leg attacks. I mean, these guys wrestle like the lower weights, and it's really become an exciting weight class to watch.
And you got to think at the highest level, right? When you're competing, right? Heavyweights are wrestling like lightweights.
Yeah, I mean, think Kyle Snyder.
Exactly. So you have to think that that's going to start to trickle down into high school, because if you want to wrestle in that next level, you're going to have to adopt that style of wrestling, right?
Sure.
There's no more, I'm just going to push you around, you're going to escape, I'll get an escape, we'll go into overtime, right? There's no more of that because they're forced to wrestle. We all know Mcchesney has a blow-through double leg. I'm surprised we didn't see it there in that first period.
We have seen it. He elects the down position. That disc fell on red, and remember, in overtime, it's crucial who scores those first points. Billy, very quick, about 10 seconds for that 1-point escape. Strikes first, go up 1-0. See if he pushes for a takedown here in the second. I think if Billy can take advantage of that footwork and start creating angles, pushing and pulling, get Loring moving, get him heavy on one of those feet, and strike on that leg attack.
Because Loring really hasn't moved out of that, out of position, right? So Mcchesney is going to have to get his feet moving. I'd like to see some level changes here. Go upstairs, hand fight hard, then go right underneath to that double leg because it's there.
He's looking for it.
He's reaching hard and heavy on those juke steps. He has to follow it with a shot.
You can see Billy, his feet work is starting to increase. He's doing those level checks. You'd have to think that maybe he's going to hit one of those blow-through doubles here if he can catch Loring reaching, as George just mentioned. There's a shot attempt there by Loring, showing a little bit of cat-like reflexes or a massive human out there. There's that shot right there by Billy. Good golly, right to his back goes Loring. Now right now Billy's just trying to settle in, get the count. Could be back-to-back falls here, and that's it. Big Billy Mcchesney with a mat slapper, your top seed. Billy Mcchesney over Loring, your third seed. That's going to do it for the wrestling action. All presented by Armstrong Cable. But don't you go anywhere, because we will have our post-final show with interviews presented by Stellar Fasteners right here on the Westmoreland Sports Network. You keep it here. You got to be a little governed, right? Yeah. Walker and Busick. Busick beat Walker. Colin, Citrano. Yeah.
I'd say Billy.
You want Billy? I have no idea. Dan Boyd.
You want to go Billy?
Yeah, go Billy.
Any more OW nominations, votes, remember to the head table.
Hey guys, good seeing you. Happy New Year.
John, Happy New Year. See you. Our 8 counties.
No, I'm not doing counties.
Okay. See you at a duel, I'm sure, along the way.
I'll be someplace.
All right, Bob. See you. Back here on the Stellar Fasteners post-match show. Go ahead, G. I have no idea what you said. I'm going to go ahead and give you a quick recap on the team race. Butler did indeed take home the gold with 181.5. They had 2 champs, 2 runner-ups in second with 2 champs and a runner-up. 176.5 points was Plum. Best center with 170. Had 2 champs and a runner-up. Bethel Park finishes in 4th with 157. 1 champ, 2 runner-up. Somerset rounds out the top 5, 126.5. They had 2 runner-ups. Greensburg-Salem, got to give a mention because that's our alma mater. 6th with 117 points, had 2 champs and a runner-up. Go through the brackets right here. We can start at 106. Let me broaden the picture out. Oh, why don't they give you all 6 of them over there like they had before, G?
They should.
Yeah, they darn right they should. So 106 got started. It was a great match. There was Mr. Rylan Campbell out of Plum with a third period fall over Anna Milovic. It was a great match. It was 3-1 to that point, but getting the fall with 4:17 was Rylan Campbell out of Plum, 113 pounds. There, now they're showing them. So you had Ramil Ilamoff out of Baldwin, Kelly Shakowitz out of Butler, Sam Snyder third, Giovanni Beatrice out of Derry was fourth, Carson Yock out of Plum fifth, Isaiah Bale out of Corey sixth, Jaden Palumbine out of Bethel Park 7, Logan Nalepka out of Albert Gallatin 8th. Moving up to 120 pounds. Your champ Mason Kernan out of Bethel Park took out top seed and a freshman. Keep an eye on him. Darius Mcmillan out of Peters Township. Owen Kladowski out of Baldwin 3rd. Julian Moore, Fort Cherry in 4th. Richard Myers 5th out of Peters Township. In 6th, Gavin Rush from Butler. Davis Stepp of Beth Center in 7th. Cam Stewart of Marion Center in 8th. Jump down to 126. Trevor Husick out of Tussey Mountain. Great match that was. Your champ at 126 pounds. Antonio Walker out of Plum, runner-up. Josh Alexander out of Fox Chapel, 3rd. I coached his older brother. I'll get to see him tomorrow night. Little Shady Side Academy wrestling reunion, so I'm excited for that. Congratulations to Josh Alexander. 4th, Logan Baker out of Somerset out of Plum. And in 5th, Trent Reese. 6th, Dylan Bruce out of EF. Ligonier Valley's James Brown finishes in 7th, and Cameron Dames of McGuffey rounds out the top 8. George, you want to go ahead and do 32, 38, 45? Give me you have them up. Go ahead.
Sure. 132 champion Vincent Trone out of Plum, the second seeded wrestler, victorious 4-3. Second place, Colin Mccollum out of Beth Center. 3rd, Deshaun Valentine out of Somerset. 4th, Bryce Rodriguez. 5th, Ethan Higgins out of Bethel Park. And 6th, Reed Teagarden out of McGuffey. And 7th, Eliza Lopez out of Derry area. And 8th, Luke Ankney out of Fox Chapel. And that's our 132-pound bracket.
138 out of Peters Township, Chris Sabrone. He took on Bryson Bench out of Bethel Park, runner-up. Liam Cornetto out of Marion Center in 3rd. Andrew Johnson, Southmoreland finished in 4th. In 5th, Tyler Fisher out of Beth Center. Tussey Mountains, Chad Weiss finished in 6th. Ryan Harbert out of Ligonier Valley in 7th. And rounding out the top 8, representing Butler, Dominic Viverito.
.145, we have Levi Donald out of Butler as our champion. 2nd place, Chase Brennebuer out of Carleton. 3rd, Gage Hillebrand out of Marion Center. 4th, Alexander Kaufman out of Fox Chapel. 5th, Tyler Dundner out of Beth Center. 6th, Luke Hollywood out of Avonworth. 7th, Caden Barnhart out of River Valley. And 8th, Hunter Svens out of Corey. And that's our 145-pound placers.
152, Best Center, Tyler Barish. He took out Caden Brock of Elizabeth Forward. In 3rd, out of Avonworth, Joey Botten. Number 4, Trevor Swartz, Greensburg-Salem. In 5th, Evan Miller out of Marion Center. Out of Plum, Dakota Pisano finishes 6th. Butler's Cade Savachka finishes 7th. And River Valley's Cole Stuchel comes in 8th.
160 pounds, Trevor Pettit out of Beth Center was victorious over Ethan Heminger out of Somerset in the finals. Christian Herrick out of Derriere took 3rd place. 4th place was Jack Tungo out of Plum. 5th, Landon Conroy out of Albert Gallatin. 6th, Kyle Brockman out of McGuffey. 7th, Keith Menson out of Baldwin. And 8th place finisher, John Starscrow out of Baldwin.
172, Mickey Kreinbucher out of Butler took out Rowan Holmes of Somerset. Ryan Walsh out of Bethel Park takes 3rd. Mason Savitz, Corey 4th. Finishing 5th, our man Bryson Robinson out of Southmoreland. Ty Shields repping Upper St. Clair 6th. Jacob Lehue out of Beth Center 7th. And rounding it out, Dwight Sarver 8th, a Golden Lion of Greensburg-Salem.
At 189 pounds, Christian Mcchesney, Greensburg-Salem goal line, was victorious in the final 6-0 over Landon Hartman out of Bethel Park. Third place finisher, Ethan Allen out of Corey. Fourth place, Alston Castaros out of Beth Center. Fifth place, Landon Christie out of Butler. Sixth place, Anthony Salvini out of Fort Cherry. Seventh place, Gavin Roebuck out of York. In eighth place is Ben Yeski out of Southmoreland. That's our 189-pound finishers.
215, Anthony Govern, a hometown kid. We like to call him McLovin. Southmoreland with a big chin over Caleb Chismar. What a great match it was until that fall. In third, Philip Nave out of Peters Township. Coming out of Plum, Frankie Massione finishes fourth. Fort Cherry's Mitchell Cook in fifth. Somerset's Zane Haggins sixth. Seventh and eighth, Seton Hale out of Bedford, and Daniel Long, North Catholic. George, wrap it up with the heavy guys.
Rounding out the tournament at 285 pounds, Billy Mcchesney was victorious over Sean Loring out of Albert Gallatin. Third place finisher out of Tussey Mountain, Matt Watkins. In fourth place, Brad Miller out of River Valley. Fifth place, Keystone Oaks, Christian Flannery. Sixth place, Ethan Baby out of Butler. Seventh place, Luke Winters out of Marion Center. And eighth place, out of Baldwin, Victor La Quinta. And that rounds out our Southmoreland Holiday Classic tournament.
Our 22nd Holiday Classic is Miss Boring will take Baby Boring off of Coach Boring. We're joined now by head coach Danny Boring, also serves as the Go ahead.
I got to make sure that we're talking to the right person because today I was really freaked out when I saw his twin brother for the first time.
Yeah, it's me.
I didn't know you had a twin.
Yeah, yep.
Neither did I, as you could tell from my reaction.
Oh, come over here and look up that way. So we're joined now by head wrestling coach Danny Boring, also the head athletic director, also a teacher, also a husband, also a father who is very busy. Coach, congratulations. You've wrapped up the 22nd Annual Holiday Classic. Your thoughts on the overall two-day tournament?
You know, I'm happy to be back. You know, last year we moved to a dual format, had it in a different venue. You know, it's nice to be in this gym. I think there's something special about being in a smaller school holding a big tournament like this. You know, we had 29 teams show up. We had 35 registered. So we had some teams drop out at the last minute due to unforeseen circumstances. But, you know, I thought it was a great tournament. We had a slight technical delay yesterday, but after that, things ran real well. Mr. John Banker does a great job with running our flow stuff for us. And today ran really great. We had an hour and a half for the finals today. It was a good day.
Coach, explain some of the complexities to our viewers when it comes to, you know, obviously we're running a tournament during some trying times. And, you know, the challenges are not over. Talk about some of the complexities and the communication and the different protocols and procedures that go into running a two-day tournament like this, specifically a close contact sport such as wrestling.
Yeah, so, I mean, this year especially, I was in constant contact with ADs and coaches just to make sure that as we kept getting closer to this date that I knew what teams were coming, because I had 3 pull out the day of the tournament. So like you had to be in constant talk with those ADs and coaches to know if they were coming, if they weren't coming, hoping they would communicate if there was a change to things as well. You know, we had hand sanitizer at all the stations. Kids come off, they can clean. There's locker rooms available to shower. Just make sure the kids are taking care of themselves hygiene-wise as soon as their matches are done. You know, you have 29 teams in here, a lot of different kids you're in contact with. But again, guys do a good job. They know to take care of their body, clean themselves after each match, and I think the kids did a good job today and yesterday.
Now, looking at the Anthony Govern match, he blew the roof off of this place with that pin. Now, I had Anthony and Chismar, had they wrestled thus far yet, or maybe in years past? Are they familiar with each other?
Freshman year.
Okay.
At Westmoreland counties. And it was a blood round match, back and forth, and Chismar got him at the end. So that was kind of a nice revenge match for Anthony. He might see him again at counties next week. So, you know, I mean, it's a good battle.
Yeah.
It's a good battle.
Coach, let's talk about the Scotty's performances in this two-day tournament. I almost said this weekend, but it's been Monday and Tuesday. I guess we're all on vacation, so this weekend, talk a little bit about the Scotty's performance and how pleased you are with the finish.
I don't know the final team points today. We were in 9th as of yesterday. We brought 6 kids into this day. We had 3 in the semis.
Finished in 11th, Coach.
No, so I'll take that. That's the best finish we've had in my 3 years of running the Classic. We didn't have it last year in an individual format. You know, Andrew Johnson, kid grew up again this week. Like, he's a senior who has some issues with keeping himself in matches up here. And even though he lost 2 today and took 4th, it was close matches. He battled the kid who won 138. It was a tight, close match. Not disappointed at all with how he wrestled. Bryson Robinson, again, just needs to clean things up. But he placed top 5. I was happy. A lot of my younger kids got good mat time. We're an old team. We're also a young team. And a lot of those freshmen and younger kids got good mat time yesterday. That thing's going to pay off in the long run.
Tell us a little bit about what the Scotties have coming up next, Coach.
We have EF at home next week, which is a big one to get us to 2-1 in the section and keep us in that second place playoff hunt there. And then we have Westmoreland counties. So it's always a tough tournament.
It is, and a great tournament. I think it really gives you a gauge. It kind of opens up the gateway to the second part of the season, lets you know where you are. I mean, obviously, you're going to have some real barn-burning teams, especially those AAA schools such as Hempfield, Latrobe,
Mcchesty,
but it's a great gauge for even our AA schools, the Ligoniers, Mount Pleasant, to get in there and scramble. And you guys in AA makes noise. I mean, specifically here in Westmoreland County, talk about that.
So, I mean, it's good. Everyone talks about AAA schools being bigger and they have the better, wrestlers coming out of there. But you get to that tournament, you've got a lot of AA guys who make it into the placing rounds, the finals, and make some noise out there. AA wrestling, to me, yes, there may be less numbers and their dual lineups are smaller, but there's still a lot of quality wrestling in AA, and it shows at that tournament.
Indeed. George,
so Coach, how do you take some positives away from your team's performance here, and then get them kind of rebooted and fired up for that big match in EF?
Yeah, I mean, in my 4 years, this is my 4th year as a head coach. EF has always been a match that we've battled in. It's been close every time we've wrestled. My guys, it's a rivalry match for us. We want that match every time we wrestle them. So I don't think I have to do much to get this senior group fired up to do this again against them. We're going to have tomorrow off. I mean, we're running this tournament the last 2 days. And we had practice Sunday. My guys need a little time, and we're tomorrow off to get back to it Thursday. So,
well, Coach, if you'd like some good news, Elizabeth Forward finished in 21st, and you were 11th.
Yeah.
So on the tournament front, you're beating them there. You just got to be able to do it in a dual
format. Let's take care of business in a dual format next Wednesday.
All right, Coach. Hey, that's head coach Dan Boring, guys. Thank you so much for having us. I know he's got to get to the family. He spent the last 48 hours, 72 hours probably getting ready for this tournament. Again, we want to thank you for staying with us on the Stellar Fasteners post-finals show. Stellar Fasteners out of Ligonier. That's going to do it, really. I mean, we got our interviews. We did the recap of the team race. We did our finals recap. Got to say thanks to all of our sponsors. Today we weren't able to pull out all the bells and whistles with the commercials, but to all of our sponsors, you know who you are. I want to also say thank you to the Southmoreland administration, specifically head coach Dan Boring, John Banco, for making sure that we had everything that we needed when we got here today. Their assistant coaching staff was great. And to all of you, the viewers out there, everybody that was tweeting and texting, I hope I didn't miss anybody. Let me give it a last-minute check just to make sure that I don't have to give anybody else a shout out on the air. Upcoming for us, what do we have coming up next? Well, Thursday, as you know, the very prestigious 54th annual Powerade tournament gets started tomorrow. And as I mentioned, I had the opportunity to dive into a podcast last night with Donnie Hall, Mark Vuano, Marky Kasanowicz. Wow, what a field. What a field. Do yourself a favor. Jump on there tomorrow. They're going to get started. George and I will have live audio coverage of those semifinals and finals, I believe 11 and 4 o'clock respectively on Thursday. And boy, are we looking for a good one there, G. How about it?
Yeah, there's, up and down the board in every weight class, there's going to be massive matchups. Starting, as you kind of highlighted last night, you alluded to it last night, starting in the quarterfinals, that's going to go right into the semifinals and finals. In years past, you shouldn't be surprised at that for Powerade. They bring in a lot of the top teams and wrestlers across the nation to that tournament. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to calling the semis and finals. So like Chris said, please, tune in, come down and watch if you can. Yeah. If not, tune in to Westmoreland Sports on Thursday. I think you said 11 and 4 respectively. We're going to be on audio only.
Yeah, we're going to jump on, probably get on about 10:30, 10:40. If you're down there, stop by, say hi. I know we're going to have Jim Akerley out of Quest School of Wrestling. That semi and final coverage will be presented by Quest School of Wrestling, with major thanks to Aches out of Quest. So I know he's going to jump on with us. I'm going to have Jeffy Upson out of PA Power. If you're looking for information, also go check out his podcast that he did last night Man, what a wealth of information that guy is. He's like Brock Hite part number 2, the encyclopedia of wrestling. Doesn't just know the wrestlers from the WPIL Pennsylvania, but kids coming from all over the country, and there will be a lot of them there beginning tomorrow and Friday. So for Kelly Flickner, I got to say thanks so much. You did a great job producing. Sean Myers up behind camera number 1. Gee, give me a pound. It's always a pleasure. I am Smitty. You've just watched the 22nd annual Southmoreland Christmas Classic Finals right here on the Westmoreland Sports Network. So until Thursday at about 10:40, take care of yourself, take care of each other. Bye-bye.